Sodbuster Baseball is on the air. It's our YouTube feed featuring the Hastings Sodbusters and the Nebraska Prospects. It's the first of a weekend series between Hastings and Nebraska. And if the first series is any indication, this should be a fun three-game set. Sodbusters won all three games, their only season sweep of the year, but they had to do it in walk-off fashion in each of those games, so we expect more drama here today. And a lot of drama yesterday as the Hastings Sodbusters ended up winning the series against the Fremont Moo, a critical series as they try to hang on to first place in the Nebraska Land Division of the Independence League. Sodbusters had two 4-run innings, made it stand up as they held on for an 8-7 victory. I'm Steve Stein with Caden Kirkak, our studio producer here today. As we bring you Sodbuster Baseball, we're going to relive yesterday's game when we come back, as we'll hear from Luke Bay. Josh Salmon will have that interview next. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Welcome back to Sodbuster Baseball. Hastings getting set to go against the Nebraska Prospects. Yesterday, a thriller as Hastings held on to beat Fremont 8-7. After the contest, the head coach Luke Bay visited with Josh Salmon.
That's a very talented team, and I'm really proud of the way our guys played, and they played our standard of baseball, and it was a lot of fun.
You know this, you're never out with this team. You get into the ninth inning, they score another run, you're like, uh-oh. But what did you say to Ryan Jacobs when you went out there and talked to him there in the ninth?
I told him to recoil and let his stuff eat in the zone. Didn't say stuff, but yeah.
It looks like his slider, I believe, is what he struck him out on there, and they had a hard time with that pitch in that inning.
Yeah, that's a plus pitch. He's a little rusty tonight. He just got back from a wedding. He'd been gone for a couple days, but he's one of our best arms, and I'd rather go down with him than some other guys.
It was fun to see Danny Garcia out there as well, pitching tonight. You knew coming in that he could do that, but we've only seen him at second base. Talk about his outing.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. It was really good. He was able to bridge the gap, and he came in and shut them down and got momentum in our dugout. And we've been trying to get Danny in a game for at least a week now, and just the opportunity never presented itself. And he plays a really good second base, and so it's hard to, give up defense for pitching, but he expanded his role, and I'm really glad to have him on our team.
It's nice to see the Busters get some advantages with walks. Last night they gave up a bunch of walks, gave up some runs for it. They earned it tonight with hit batsmen, some walks, some big innings. It's nice to have it on that side of the coin, isn't it?
Oh, no doubt. Last night we leave 12 people on base, and so we capitalized tonight, and that's the difference in the ballgame.
I know you guys preach defense. This defense is outstanding. We saw some plays tonight that made your chin drop. I mean, just all over the field, everybody was making good plays, and those types of things will really come back and look at a game and say, hey, that could have saved a game.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially at this park, you got to play defense, and you got to have four center fielders out there that can run anything down, and that's how we recruited, and we can really play defense.
Okay, looking ahead to the Nebraska Prospects, they're a very good team. They have a good pitching staff. Guys can celebrate this one and just ready to come back and play tomorrow morning.
Yeah, absolutely. I think our team, the more we played consecutively, I think the better we are. I think off days kind of hurt us a little bit as we get out of our routines. We got momentum, and we're just going to keep building, and it's going to be awesome.
Brandon Larson kind of coming into his own there at first base. I talked to the big guy last night. I think he's starting to get used to college pitching, and that's a good thing. Yeah,
absolutely. He had phenomenal at-bats. He saw the ball really well today, and he came up with that big two RBI single there to really break it open for us.
It looked like the bats tonight were a little more disciplined than last night. Last night, a little more free swinging. Saw a couple tonight that way, but I think the guys were trying to lay off a couple more pitches. And, of course, the strike zone was a little questionable, but still, I think the at-bats overall were a little better.
Yeah, I thought we had great at-bats. Like you said, the walk is a weapon, and we were able to get on base 390s all night long. And we did have a very good approach. I thought the guys that they threw last night against us were really, really good arms, and so it made it tough. But we just stayed with ourselves and didn't try to do too much, and that was the result.
Hastings coach Luke Bay after that 8-7 win over the Fremont Moo. Now it's a matchup with the Nebraska Prospects. We'll have more right after this. I'm Steve Stein, and this is Sodbuster Baseball. Imagine visiting a place with historic housing districts, beautiful parks, and strolling through downtown shops. No, it isn't a fairy tale. It's Hastings, Nebraska. Hastings is the birthplace of Kool-Aid. You can see the Kool-Aid exhibit at the Hastings Museum, along with many other amazing attractions and a planetarium. And visit the one and only Nebraska Bigfoot Crossroads of America Museum and Research Center. It all starts with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Start exploring at visithastingsnebraska.com. Experience Hastings with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Nebraska Land Distributors. When you come to the ballpark, you can get a Coors Light, crisp, refreshing chill, keeping Nebraska chill, and light beer from Miller. Light beer with more taste. Nebraska Land Distributors also features White Claw. Live your wave. And a trip to the ballpark wouldn't be complete without Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy, refreshing beer with a hint of lemon. Check out these great adult beverages on your next trip to the Hastings Sodbusters, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributors. I'm Steve Stein. This is Sodbuster Baseball in advance of the matchup with the Nebraska Prospects. Hastings coming off an 8-7 win over Fremont. Danny Garcia came out of the pen, making his pitching debut and picked up the victory. We heard from the San Jose State product after the contest.
It's a great opportunity out here, a great community. I just want to come out here and do my part, help out with the Sodbusters, keeping a winning game. It was awesome.
We had a couple of debuts pitching today as you came in relief. Are you more comfortable as a relief guy, or do you like to start?
I am a relief guy. Through college, I worked out of the bullpen, so that's where I'm comfortable, yeah.
You're also a darn good infielder. What do you like to do better, pitching, fielding, both?
I couldn't tell you right now. Right now, I'm just doing it both, enjoying it while I can, and yeah.
Tell us a bit about the year at San Jose State.
San Jose State, awesome program. We had a historic season this year. Didn't play as much as I would like to. We did have a lot of seniors, but I'm looking forward to what we have in the future. And
when you have a lot of seniors, didn't have an opportunity to play, how important is this summer for you to kind of get back into a baseball groove?
Oh, huge. Playing is probably the biggest part of getting better, and being out here with a great team is just a great opportunity for me to get better, for sure.
Talking with Danny Garcia, what about your journey to Hastings? How did you get to be a Sodbuster?
Luckily, Coach Walker has a good relationship with our pitching coach, Coach Bay, and last year we had a guy, James Shimashita, come out here. He was a great pitcher for us as well, and yeah, that's how I came out here.
What's been your impression of this group of guys, first of all?
Oh, just a great group of guys. Everyone gets along. First day since I've been out here, they just open arms. It's been awesome.
I know, it's kind of interesting when you don't show up at the beginning of the year. Guys have already established chemistry, but it seems like every new guy that comes in is just a part of the family.
Yep, they really are. The Busters know how to welcome someone. The host families are great. The community's great. Duncan Field's just the place to be. I love it.
And it's pretty fun baseball. I mean, talk about, when you play infield, pretty solid group of infielders.
Oh yeah, we have a solid group of guys. I think the recruiting from the Busters has been great, and we just have been playing really solid baseball these last couple of days.
Pitching at Duncan Field, it's a spacious ballpark. Is it fun to be a pitcher in this particular field?
Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. This environment's cool. The fans get into it. The announcers are awesome. It's just a great time.
John, with Danny Garcia, a little Sodbuster spotlight. Tell us a bit about your potential future plans, college. What's your major?
Right now I'm majoring in business entrepreneurship. I look forward to hopefully getting into the marketing business one day, and take baseball as far as I can and do what I can for now. Yeah.
Now you're a California guy. Go to San Jose State to college. Had you ever been to this part of the country?
I have not. It's definitely a new experience coming down here. I rode over with our assistant coach, and the first day I got here, there was a huge storm. Never seen anything like it. So it was definitely a crazy experience to come out to the Midwest.
Is that part of the fun of college, of baseball, to get a chance to experience new things? Obviously, you don't want to see a tornado, but to experience a new culture.
honestly, seeing that tornado was the coolest thing in a while. So, yeah, but traveling the world playing baseball is just it's a cool experience, something not a lot of people get to do. So I'm really fortunate for that opportunity.
And you know, right now we're kind of in a postseason feel as you guys are battling for first in the division. Is it kind of cool to step right in and the games are kind of pressure filled here as you guys try to win the first half title?
Yeah, I mean, the games are intense, but I don't really feel much of that pressure. I just come out, have fun, do what I do, play summer baseball. It's nothing like it. It's fun. That's all it is.
The thoughts of Danny Garcia after he made his Hastings pitching debut. I'm Steve Stein, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Nebraska Realty is a homegrown company that is deeply invested in the communities it serves. They are the largest independent real estate brokerage in the state with over 950 agents serving communities all across Nebraska. Nebraska Realty operates on the same principles and values as the people of this state: honesty, hard work, community, and people. They recently opened an office in Hastings and are excited to be part of the community and do their part in helping it thrive. See what Nebraska Realty can do for you at nebraskarealty.com.
Any lot, set, hut! Announcing the Nebraska Lottery's Lucky for Life ticket snap. Start to play by purchasing a Lucky for Life ticket by July 26th and enter the voucher number for a chance to win Nebraska football Skybox season tickets, regular season tickets, single game tickets, or a weekend football experience. It's our Lucky for Life ticket snap promotion, and it's 100 yards of fun. Lucky for Life top prize odds 1 in 30 million.
This is Sodbuster Baseball. I'm Steve Stein with Caden Kirkax. We come to you from historic Duncan Field in Hastings, Nebraska. A very spacious park, and it's going to play even bigger today as we are going to see the conditions at 86 degrees game time. Winds out of the southeast at 11 miles an hour, and they are blowing straight in from center field. So get to play even bigger than 408 to center, 367 to right, 370 to left, and 405 to the power alleys. We expect a fun game between the Hastings Sodbusters and the Nebraska Prospects. Hastings coming in atop the Nebraska Land Division of the Independence League at 13-8. A scant half game up on Western Nebraska. The Pioneers are 13-9. North Platte right there at 13-10. Fremont 12-10. The Nebraska Prospects 8-9 coming into today. Great Plains going to come down to a two-team race in the final week. Badlands winning 2 of 3 from Canyon County to build a game-and-a-half lead. They're 15-8. The Spuds are 13-9. Casper 9-15, Gem City 9-17. Spearfish has gotten a little hot. They won 3 in a row, and they're 8-16 on the year. Mentioned a fun game yesterday for the Hastings Sodbusters as they used 2 4-run innings to beat Fremont 8-7. Elsewhere in the Independence League, Nebraska beat Casper 12-7. It was Spearfish over Gem City 8-2, and Badlands defeated Canyon County 7-4 to win that series 2-1. Right here, a lot of drama when these two teams met the last time. Sodbusters sweeping the Nebraska Prospects 2-1, 5-4 in 10 innings, and 3-2. All 3 games won in the final at bat for the Hastings Sodbusters. And for our heart's sake, we would be okay with a blowout. But one way or the other, Sodbusters just need to keep on winning to try to win that first half title. The upcoming schedule, you got the 3 games this weekend. Then they've added an extra game at Fremont. It'll be a doubleheader on Monday against the Moo, and then Tuesday and Wednesday, Hastings hosts Western Nebraska, the Pioneers. The Tuesday game will be the last game of the first half. So any one of 4 teams can win this division. You don't think the Prospects probably have an opportunity with being in 5th place and too many teams to catch, but those first 4, it could be wild, as we'll see Casper at North Platte. That game already underway, and North Platte handing it to Casper at this point. Canyon County at Western Nebraska, those 2 teams battling for first place in their respective divisions, so we expect a very competitive matchup there. Badlands at Spearfish and Gem City at Fremont, the matchups in the Independence League here today. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First of all, for the Hastings Sodbusters. Leading off and playing right field, it's Dallin Quigley. Batting second, third baseman Brett Zimmerman. At first base, batting third, Brandon Larson. And then it's Blake Burrows in left field batting fourth. Sam Adams, the DH, bats fifth. Blake Scott doing the catching today and batting sixth. Batting seventh, Danny Garcia, the shortstop. Tegan Tamia, second baseman, is batting eighth. And Garrett Kennedy in center field, batting ninth. The pitcher for today, Liam Grimble. We expect a little Johnny Holstaff action in this contest as several guys could take the hill today for the Hastings Sodbusters. Once again, it's Quigley, Zimmerman, Larson, Burrows, Adams, Scott, Garcia, Tamia, and Kennedy with Grimble on the mound. The Nebraska Prospects will go with Matt Getzman in center field. It's Tyler Monroe, the former Sodbuster, playing second base and batting second. Nolan Brown, that shortstop, batting third. Tristan Gomez, the designated hitter, is batting fourth. Zach Johnson catches and bats fifth. Ryan David at first base, batting sixth. Cade Lynham in left field, batting seventh. Gage Allen at third base, batting eighth. And Cam Madsen in right field, batting ninth. Josh Kilzer gets the start for the Nebraska Prospects. Hastings, coached by Luke Bay, former grad assistant at Kansas State, still looking for his next coaching option after he ended up getting his master's from KSU. Ended up finishing up a kinesiology degree as for his bachelor's. Chris Ceballos, assistant coach. Ceballos will be in his second year as an assistant at Orange Coast College in California. And Jake Bigham, former Sodbuster, is the other assistant coach for the Hastings Sodbusters. The Nebraska Prospects under the direction of Central City High School graduate Trevor Varley. And Varley currently working at the Yard, a tech-enabled training and performance facility for baseball and softball players in Lincoln. Supposedly has a good college gig lined up, but it's not official yet, so we'll let you know when we find that out. Ryan Cooper is his assistant coach. The Nebraska Prospects, the Hastings Sodbusters, the opening game of a big three-game series. Hope you enjoy it here as we bring you all of the home games here on YouTube, and it is a fun weekend as Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all of the games at 6:35. I mentioned Sodbusters will go to Fremont Monday for a doubleheader, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Western Nebraska back. So huge span of games with no off days. The next off day for Hastings not until next Thursday, as they'll have a travel day before being at Casper for 3 games, and then come right back for a July 4th matchup with the North Platte Plainsmen. That'll be a 6:05 start time. Everything else generally at 6:35, but a special July 4th start time of 6:05 for the Hastings Sodbusters. Also looking forward to a matchup with the U.S. Military All-Stars Wednesday, July 6th. We'll discuss that more as that approaches. But today, the Hastings Sodbusters and the Nebraska Prospects getting set to go. As far as some of the numbers for their respective teams, Hastings coming into today, number 7 in the Independence League in batting at .267. Fremont, the team that just left here, batting .318, is the top hitting team in the league. And Fremont actually out-hit Hastings by a significant margin yesterday, but the Sodbusters able to take advantage of the opportunities and presented them and won that game 8-7 despite being hit 13-8 in that contest. Mentioned the Sodbusters at .267, while the Nebraska Prospects come in at .294. They're tied for second behind Fremont with North Platte, so one of the better offensive teams in the league, the Nebraska Prospects. Hastings Sodbusters, the third best ERA in the league at 4.46, behind Canyon County and Badlands at 4.09 and 4.26. And Nebraska, you know, it's surprising, and you just get a very small sample size when you get a chance to see these teams earlier in the year, but the Nebraska Prospects, 6.26, their team ERA, that is 8th best in the league. And I'll tell you what, when they came here the last time, they threw out some dynamite arms, felt like they were all 6'4" and can throw at 90 miles an hour. A bunch of clones out there. They look really good on the mound. The 3 guys, they're 3 starters that came out against the Hastings Sodbusters. So it'll be interesting to see how Hastings does in this particular game. So statistically, Hastings a better pitching team, Nebraska a better hitting team. And this team of the Hastings Sodbusters kind of built for this field at Duncan with a spacious ballpark, and so they built around speed, they built around pitching, and so far it's been very good. Sodbusters 5 games over 500. They've reached that threshold a few times. It's an opportunity to get to 6 games over 500, I think for the first time in franchise history. The Hastings Sodbusters, their first year of existence back in 2018, ended up going 31-34. They went 29-36 in 2019. In 2020, they did finish 5 games over 500, closed strongly and finished behind Fremont in the Clark Division standings of what was the Expedition League at the time. And
Future
then last year,
right there,
Hastings got off to a really slow start, ended up finishing 22-37 on the year. So it's been a much different kind of feel for this year's team. Last year, just a lot of young guys last year, and they really struggled to find themselves until later in the year. This year, they really seem to be comfortable in their own skins, if you will. This Hastings Sodbuster squad has done a nice job of playing the roles presented them, and whether you're a starter, whether you're a bullpen guy, got tremendous defenders, and it's been a really good team. And we're going to take it to Kylie Sadamka, the public address announcer, for the introduction of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red flame, bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave. Let's play ball.
Live national anthem before the Hastings Sodbusters and the Nebraska Prospects. The Sodbusters, their green jerseys today, white numbers, white pants, pinstripes. Meanwhile, the Nebraska Prospects with their road jerseys today, the Reds, with the silver numbers, silver pants, silver hats with the red bills, and we are set to go with Sodbuster Baseball. Hope you enjoy it. Steve Stein and our engineer is Caden Kirkak, as the Sodbusters are going to send a right-hander, Liam Grimble, to the mound. He's making his 5th appearance, his first start. 8 2/3 innings thrown so far this year. He's allowed 5 runs on 9 hits. He has walked 11 while striking out 5. So control has been an issue for the big fella. He has not figured in any decisions, so coming in 0-0, a 5.19 ERA. Liam Grimble getting his first start today, a product of Paris Junior College. He's from Centennial, Colorado, and he has got his next college now, as he is going to be going from Paris Junior College down in Texas to Post College in Connecticut. So very cool. That's one nice thing. College athletics sometimes gives you an opportunity to live somewhere you may have never lived before. Here's a Colorado kid, goes to Texas to school, and now gets an opportunity to play Division II baseball in Connecticut in the Northeast. So what a fun deal for him, and Liam Grimble trying to have a good start today for the Hastings Sodbusters. Behind him defensively, Blake Scott doing the catching. At first base, it's Brandon Larson. The second baseman is Tegan Tamia. Third base is Brett Zimmerman. Shortstop, Danny Garcia. In left field, Blake Burrows. In center field, it's Garrett Kennedy. And in right field, Dallin Quigley. That's the defense behind Liam Grimble. I'll tell you what, the defense, knock on wood, you hate to jinx him, but defense just really, really good here during this homestand so far. That 3-game series against the Fremont Moo. Saw the outfielders take a spotlight one day, and then the infielders were really good yesterday, and Sodbusters needed every defensive play they could get to get that 3-game series win, winning 2 out of 3. Here's Matt Getzman for the Nebraska Prospects, and he takes strike 1, no balls, and 1 strike on Matt Getzman, a solid .333 batting average. He's knocked in 14. He has scored 14, does have a home run this year, and 6 doubles. Liam Grimble brings home the 0-1 pitch, and this one off the fist over the first base side and fading back into foul territory. A nice running grab from Brandon Larson, and there's 1 up and 1 down for the Nebraska Prospects here in inning number 1. That'll bring up Tyler Monroe, the former Sodbuster. He will step into the left-handed box for the Nebraska Prospects as Monroe, .313 this season. Got just 16 at-bats, his 5th game played, and he sprays the first pitch foul. No balls, 1 strike on Tyler Monroe. Monroe, Southeast Community College. He's from Norris High School. The Sodbusters last year, he hit .206 in 98 at-bats. Takes this pitch outside. 1 ball and 1 strike on Tyler Monroe, playing second base for the Nebraska Prospects. Had a huge first game of the series at Casper. Nebraska ended up winning that series 2-1. Pitch taken for a strike, 1 and 2. And Tyler Monroe went 4 for 5, 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored in the first game victory for the Prospects. They won 14-4, then lost 9-8 before winning the getaway game 12-7 yesterday. Pitch fouled away. Remains 1 and 2. And you'll forgive the Nebraska Prospects if they were a little leg weary. So they started the day in Casper, and the bus had the air conditioner go out, so they drove about 200 miles without an AC. So head coach Trevor Varley said it felt pretty cool when they got off the bus here, even though it was plus 90 degrees. So they could be a little fatigued and a little weary. Sodbusters hope to take advantage of that. 2-2 the count now on Tyler Monroe. The pitch is upstairs, 3-2 on Monroe. 1 out, nobody on. It's a scoreless tie in the top of the first between the Sodbusters and the Nebraska Prospects, just getting rolling as Liam Grimble trying to bring home a payoff pitch here. He works out of the stretch and throws, and this one is fouled away down the left field line. It remains 3-2. Pretty good battle going here, as this will be the 8th pitch of the at-bat to Tyler Monroe. So he played his high school ball at Norris. Norris has had some outstanding Class B baseball teams in high school and Hickman in the summer. Bouncing ball to the left side. The shortstop's got it. Throw to first in time. Well played there by the Hastings shortstop. And it looks like they had a late change in the infield. That's Tegan Tamia playing shortstop. Danny Garcia is at second. Perhaps I copied that down wrong. But it is Tamia at short, Garcia at second. So they did make a late switch. And Tamia gets the first defensive chance. And there are 2 outs in the inning. Here's Nolan Brown, first pitch swinging, couldn't make contact, no balls, and 1 strike on Nolan Brown. Brown, another one of these solid players at .323, 13 runs batted in. He has scored 14 times. Now, no balls and 2 strikes on Nolan Brown. Brown, a UNO recruit. He's out of Waverly High School. Waverly, another good Class B program in the state of Nebraska, although they've gone Class A for Legion Bowl. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Catching that without hitting the turf was Blake Scott, so good job for Liam Grimble. He mows him down. 3 up, 3 down in the top half of inning number 1. We'll have the bottom of the first coming up, and this is Sodbuster
There's
Baseball.
nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Any lot, set, hut! Announcing the Nebraska Lottery's Lucky for Life ticket snap. Start the play by purchasing a Lucky for Life ticket by July 26th and enter the voucher number for a chance to win Nebraska football Skybox season tickets, regular season tickets, single game tickets, or a weekend football experience. It's our Lucky for Life ticket snap promotion, and it's 100 yards of fun. Lucky for Life top prize odds 1 in 30 million.
We bring you Sodbuster Baseball as Hastings comes to bat here in the bottom of the first against Josh Kilzer. A couple of guys making their first starts of the season. Kilzer, in his sixth appearance, has thrown 9 1/3 innings. He's allowed 6 runs, 4 of those earned on 10 hits. He struck out 8, walked 5, coming in 0-0 with an ERA of 3.85. A right-hander, Josh Kilzer. Kilzer getting the opportunity to face this Hastings Sodbuster squad. Kilzer, product of Wayne State, he went to Ralston High School, and he'll be going against Dallin Quigley, Brett Zimmerman, and Brandon Larson, the top 3 in the batting order. The Nebraska prospects defensively, Zach Johnson behind the plate, Ryan David at first base. At second, it's Tyler Monroe. Shortstop of the prospects is Nolan Brown. In left field, Cade Lynham. In center, it's Matt Getzman, and in right, Cam Madsen. Here comes Dallin Quigley to the plate, the Hastings Sodbuster right fielder. Can play any of the 3 outfield positions. Throw him in a spark plug no matter where he bats, hitting .290 coming into today. Leads the team with 7 stolen bases. Stands in the right-handed box as Kilzer brings it across for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike on Dallin Quigley. Quigley has 4 doubles, 1 triple this year. He's knocked in 10, and he has scored a team-best 25 runs. Fouls the pitch back, and it's quickly 2 strikes on Dallin Quigley. Quigley, congratulations to him. He is going to be playing Division I ball. He has gotten a scholarship to North Dakota State. They ended up winning the Summit League regular season championship. Dallin coming out of Paris Junior College at 308 in the spring, so congratulations. That's one of the things you try to do here in the summer is to catch a college coach's eye, and that's, of course, what Scott Galusha wants and Luke Bay for his players to have the opportunity to go on and play somewhere else if they want to, and Quigley one of those guys. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Dallin Quigley, right-handed batter, and the pitch. Curveball just misses, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Dallin Quigley for the Hastings Sodbusters, the future North Dakota State Bison. So he's going to get used to this green and gold here for the summer and just transition right into that. Pitch inside, and Dallin Quigley is hit by the pitch. Quigley finds a way to get on base, and he does lead the team in that category. He's been plunked 8 times this year. So he walks a lot, gets hit a lot, and consequently a .290 batting average, but his on-base percentage at .436, and that'll go up a few points there as he gets the HBP to begin the ball game for the Sodbusters. And now Brett Zimmerman steps into the left-handed box for Hastings, and the leading steal producer over at first. We'll see what Hastings elects to do if they try to get some early offense, and the pitch is taken high for ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes on Brett Zimmerman. Zimmerman back in the lineup here today. He had yesterday off, but solid season for him so far, playing his 12th game, hitting .368 for the year. He's knocked in 8. He has scored 5 times. 1 ball and no strikes the count. Quigley bluffs, and the pitch is taken for a strike. One reason Quigley might not go opens up a huge hole on the right side there with the first baseman holding Quigley on. So even more room for Brett Zimmerman to stroke one between first and second and perhaps give the Sodbusters a first and third opportunity here in inning number 1. Kilzer set. A look over to first, brings the pitch home, and this one is fisted in the air to center field. A few steps to his right, Matt Getzman for the first out of the first inning. So 1 on, 1 out for Brandon Larson. Larson batting in the 3-hole, and he has found his offense with 3 hits in the last 2 games combined, 3 for 6. Final 2 games of the Fremont Series. With 3 RBIs and 3 runs scored, stands in the left-handed box, and Brandon Larson trying to move quickly along here. No score, bottom of the first, and the pitch. Across for strike 1, no balls, 1 strike to Larson. Larson hitting .273 coming into today, playing his 9th game with the Sodbusters. He's knocked in 6, he has scored 6 times, does have a couple of extra base hits, both of those doubles. 0-1 the count, 1 on. Bottom of the first, 0-0. And this Independence League ball game, the pitch is taken low for a ball, 2-1. Should say 1-1 the count on Brandon Larson. Larson out of Rocklin, California High School. He'll be headed to the University of California at San Diego. He'll be a Triton, just graduated high school and now getting a chance to see some college pitching and adjusting pretty nicely. Runner goes. The pitch is bounced to the right side, and that's into right field for a base hit. Quigley turns the corner. He will end up at third, and that's perfect hit-and-run action right there. I think it was straight steal all the way, but a good job for Larson to find that open spot between first and second. The left-handed hitter taking advantage of that. And the Sodbusters with an opportunity here in the first to jump on top of the Nebraska prospects. First and third, 1 out for Blake Burrows. Burrows batting in the 4th spot in the batting order today. Blake off to a strong start, hitting the ball, and had a good pitching debut for the Sodbusters a couple of days ago. Blake Burrows, left-handed hitter, so 3 straight lefties coming against the right-hander Josh Kilzer. And Burrows, .462, playing in his 5th game for Hastings. Kilzer, a check of the runners. And the pitch misses inside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Blake Burrows. Burrows played in all 3 games of that Fremont Series, 1 for 4 with a couple of runs scored in the opener. Then pitched an inning in the 3rd in the 2nd game. Allowed no runs on 1 hit, one of the bright spots in that tough 5-2 loss. And then went 1 for 3 yesterday. 2 runs scored in the 8-7 victory over the Moo. Beautiful off-speed pitch is over for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Josh Kilzer in a jam here in the bottom of the first after Liam Grimble set Nebraska down in order in the top half of the inning. Just getting rolling. 9-inning contest. If you're in the Hastings area, come on out. Good night for baseball. And if you can't make it today, games at 6:35 tomorrow and Sunday against the Prospects. 1-1 delivery on the way. Off speed is over for strike 2, and Burrow's going to have to battle here. Down to the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Blake's still looking for a college for next year. He's attended both Kansas State and Texas Rio Grande Valley. Got 1 more year of baseball to play somewhere and looking for a place to play. 1-2 the count, runners at the corners. And the pitch. Pretty close. Blake Burrows takes, and Sodbuster fans breathe a sigh of relief. Umpires today, Tim Stroman and Matt Overmiller. Sodbusters have the only hit of the game. They have their first 2 base runners of the contest after Nebraska went down to 1-2-3 in the top half of inning number 1. Kilzer shakes off 1 sign. Now he's set to go. Takes a long look over at first. Quigley, great speed there at third. And the pitch. Lined into right field. That's a base hit. A run will score. Larson had to make sure he didn't get hit by the ball, so he had to hold up. No chance for him to go from first to third on the play. And there's a couple of good singles from left-handed hitters into right field. Burrows has the RBI. Quigley scores. Larson at second, and the Sodbusters try to keep it going with Sam Adams coming to the plate. Designated hitter for the Hastings Sodbusters. 1 run, 2 hits for the Sodbusters here in the bottom half of inning number 1 as they've jumped on the Prospects, and you love that, especially after hearing the horror story from Trevor Varley. Long road trip from Casper with most of that trip no air conditioning on their bus. So they're probably a little bit weary. Pitch taken inside. Meanwhile, the Sodbusters ought to be pretty fired up after holding off the squad from Fremont yesterday 8-7 to win that series. Sam Adams taking ball one, 1 ball and no strikes on Sam. The Western Texas Westerner from Fort Worth Nolan Catholic High School. Adams stands in the right-handed box, batting 167 coming into today. Pitch misses for ball 2, 2 balls and no strikes, but Sam with a good day yesterday. He went 2 for 4, had one of the more unusual plays you're ever going to see. As he had a pretty solid shot back up the middle. It caught a piece of the umpire, and by rule, he gets first base, but the runners on base not allowed to advance as it was a dead ball once it hit the umpire, but he was awarded a single. Runners at first and second, 1 run home at the bottom of the first. Sodbusters lead at 1-0, and Adams skies this in the air to right field. Playing it is Cam Madsen. Sodbusters will tag Larson, and he will take a few steps toward third and come back. So runners remain at first and second after that fly out to right from Adams. It'll be up to Blake Scott if the Sodbusters are to score anymore. Blake Scott, the top triple producer in the Independence League with 4. He'll stand in the left-handed box here to try to keep it going, hitting .245 on the season. He's knocked in 9. He has scored 8 times, playing in his 15th game for the Hastings Sodbusters. Runners at first and second, 1 run home, a hit batsman, and an RBI single, plating a run for Hastings. First pitch. Kilzer takes something off of that one and misses for ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Scott, one of those versatile catchers for the Sodbusters. Sometimes those guys can play first. I actually saw Fred Bond play second base in one game. They do some DHing, get their at-bats. 1-0 pitch. That's inside, and it gets a piece of Blake Scott. He had no doubt about it. He tossed the bat away. Home plate umpire said no. And Blake Scott said, "What do you mean it hit me?" He certainly sold it well. He believed he was hit. And the home plate umpire and the field umpire are going to get together, and they do award him first base. So Blake Scott, he knew he got hit, and if you're going to get hit, that's about as good as it gets. When the home plate umpire doesn't know it, it certainly wasn't a big impact. He gets nicked, and you'll take that. So runners at every base now, and a big chance for Danny Garcia. So the Sodbusters 3 aboard. They've already scored 1 time, and Garcia really trying to make it hurt with a 2-out hit. Garcia stands in the right-handed box, batting 125, playing in his 6th game. Has a couple of hits in 16 at-bats. He has scored 3 times, looking for his first RBI. Be a good time for it. Got his first win yesterday as a pitcher. Lines this one into center field. That's a base hit. 1 run will score. Here comes Burrows flying toward home. He's in easily, and the Sodbusters get a big 2-out, 2-run single from Danny Garcia. And welcome to the RBI column, Mr. Garcia. After Danny had solid relief work on the mound yesterday, just follows that up, and the San Jose State Spartan gives the Sodbusters a 3-0 lead. As Larson and Burrows score the runs, the Sodbusters off to a tremendous start here, and Tegan Tamia trying to keep it going. The initial lineup card we saw had Tamia at second, Garcia at short, but they have switched spots, and Tamia doing the shortstop position today, and he takes ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes on Tegan Tamia. Washburn University player, the Flying Hawaiian. Tegan Tamia. Batting .293 coming in today. Another one of those guys that does a lot of little things well. Gets on base a lot. Good speed. Swing and a foul ball here. The count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. Sodbusters still with an opportunity. Runners the corner. Scott's now at third. Garcia at first after his 2-run single. Tegan Tamia trying to come through here. He's knocked in 7. He scored 16 times for the Hastings Sodbusters. And excellent glove man. He made an unbelievable play at second base yesterday, running back up the middle to field it, and a strong enough throw to get out a pretty good Fremont runner. Bouncing ball left side. Third baseman's got it. They'll throw to second, get the force play there, and that'll do it for Hastings. That was well fielded by Gage Allen. He tossed it over to Tyler Monroe to force out Danny Garcia, but about as good as it gets for the Hastings Sodbusters. They score 3 times on 3 hits, and they leave 2. We head to the second inning. It's Hastings 3, Nebraska nothing. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Fred Barnes' parents, they are fun people. Or back at their spouse if they think it's their spouse. Here's your first question. Which spouse gets up first in the morning? It is Mark. That was quick. I like that. Good. Who is better at managing money? Either that they're both very good and humble, or they are very frivolous. I like it. All right, next one. Who gets to control the remote? It is Mark. All right. And last one. Which spouse is smarter? Mark, this is a loaded question. Which spouse? Yeah, there you go. Otherwise, we were going to do some marriage counseling out here. Give Sarah and Mark a round of applause. Hey, Fred, say good job, Mom and Dad.
Eagle Distributing and Budweiser are proud to be sponsoring the Hastings Sodbusters. Budweiser has been linked to organized
Giving
baseball
you a
since
little bit of
1980,
feel
with a continued
for the
commitment
sights
to
and
celebrate
sounds of
America's
what's happening
favorite
here at
pastime.
Sodbuster Baseball.
The
We may
Budweiser
play fun
brand
with
was
some of the
introduced in
fun stuff
1876 using
as we,
time-honored brewing
appreciate
methods
our
such as Beechwood Agent, which
producer,
provides
Caden Kirkak,
unparalleled balance.
and his extra work on the video. And so, say when we have some of the fun contests, we may play that instead of some of our commercials. But Sodbusters lead at 3-0. They get 3 runs on 3 hits. They leave 2 against Josh Kilzer. Now the Nebraska prospects trying to find the measure of Liam Grimble. Grimble working a scoreless first inning. He was rock solid as the Sodbuster starter. His first outing didn't seem phased by that at all as he prompted a pop-up, a ground out, and got his first strikeout. And he faces Tristan Gomez. Gomez swings and misses for strike 1. Gomez playing in his 9th game, batting .263 on the season, 12 RBIs, and 5 runs scored. Tristan Gomez, left-handed hitter against the right-handed pitcher Grimble. And this one is sprayed foul on the left side. Count goes to no balls and 2 strikes on Tristan Gomez. If the name sounds familiar, it's Gomes. He is the younger brother of Colby Gomez, the Husker. Tristan playing his college ball at Cal State Fullerton, Millard West grad. 0-2 pitch. Popped a mile high into the air. And the catcher makes the call, and Blake Scott will take care of Gomez. Gomez, the first out here in inning number 2. 3-0, Sodbusters with the lead. Updated score from the Independence League. North Platte has beaten Casper 8-4. That's not good news. You're rooting against North Platte, you're rooting against Western Nebraska. They're scoreless with Canyon County. Actually, just not even underway yet. As teams are battling for first in this Nebraska Land division. Line drive off the bat of Zach Johnson. Johnson gets this into left field for a base hit. Zach Johnson, the Nebraska recruit. He's aboard, 359 hitter on the year, and he'll raise that a few points with a 1-out single, first hit of the game for the prospects. 3-0 Sodbusters on top. That'll bring to the plate Ryan David. David scuffling for the year, 167. Playing in his 25th game. And David has knocked in 3 and scored twice. Big right-handed hitter. Takes ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. The count on Ryan David. Runner at first, 1 man out. Sodbusters scored 3 runs on 3 hits in their half of inning number 1 to grab the early advantage against the Nebraska prospects, one of the top hitting teams in the Independence League. So, game's certainly not over. Pitch fouled away, 1 ball and 1 strike. We've seen so much late inning drama for Hastings Sodbuster fans in the home games this year, even though they've won a lot of them, 8-4 this year. Here at Duncan Field, 5-4 on the road. Sodbusters 13-8 overall, trying to go 6 games over 500 to win here in this series opener. Big swing, no contact, and Grimble just blew it by Ryan David. 1-2 the count. 1 on, 1 out for the Nebraska prospects. They're trying to work their way back to 500 for the year. 8-9 coming in. You look at the Independence League standings, and they're kind of an approximation. There's a few games that weren't recorded statistically, so we've tried to keep track independently. called strike 3 as Ryan David watches it go by. He's not sure about that. And Grimble comes up with his second K, and that'll bring to the plate Cade Lynham, left-handed hitting left fielder for the Nebraska Prospects. Cade and his brother Cole, both on the team. Cade Lynham batting .171 on the year. First pitch strike. Lynham has 6 hits in 35 at-bats, playing in his 13th game. 0-1 delivery, and that pitch misses for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to count on Cade Lynham. Cade Lynham and Cole both playing at Platteview High School outside of Springfield, and both have moved on to Wayne State after playing at Northeast Community College. 2-1 the count now on Cade Lynham. Soundbusters trying to end this top of the second with no damage done. A runner at first and 2 outs. The pitch off speed is high and outside. Now 3-1 the count on Cade Lynham. Soundbusters lead it 3-0 here in the second inning. 9-inning affair here at Duncan Field. 4:08 to straightaway center, and it's playing bigger than that today with winds about 15 miles an hour out of the southeast, pretty much straight in from center. 3-1 delivery, and that's inside, and there are 2 base runners here for Nebraska in the second. Johnson will be at second, Lynham at first, and Gage Allen will get an at-bat. Gage Allen hitting .250 on the season. Does have an RBI and 8 runs scored. Stands in the right-handed box against the right-handed pitcher Liam Grimble. Grimble working out of the stretch, looking in at catcher Blake Scott. And the pitch is fouled away. No balls and 1 strike to count on Gage Allen. Allen, a graduate of Bellevue West. He plays at Ventura College in California. Most of the Nebraska prospects do hail from the Omaha area. They did have a few from the outlying areas. One of those, Tyler Fay from Grand Island, but he is no longer on this team. They also have a high school age all-star team, these Nebraska prospects, and he's playing with that group now. So not playing on this team of now exclusively college players. Count 1 ball and 1 strike on Gage Allen. And the pitch just misses inside. 2-1 the count on Allen with Cam Madsen waiting on deck. So 2 on, 2 outs. Big chance for Nebraska to come right back. You'd love to see Liam put a 0 on the board here to keep the momentum on the Sodbuster side. 2-1 delivery on the way. And that misses for ball 3. 2 borderline pitches going against Liam Grimble, who just walked Cade Lynham on 5 pitches. Grimble has been pretty good in the zone so far today, as he's thrown 30 pitches now, 19 of them strikes. 3-1 delivery on the way. Called strike 2. That's the good news for the Sodbusters. The bad news is that will allow the base runners to take off, so a gapper could score 2. Johnson from second, Lynham from first, and a 3-2 situation with 2 outs as Nebraska trying to come right back. Here's the pitch. Foul back, and we'll do it again. So pitch count elevating here for Grimble as he's over 30 pitches in the second. Sodbusters made Josh Kilzer throw a few pitches, sending 8 to the plate and scoring 3 times in their half of the first. 3-2, 2 outs once again. Liam Grimble out of the stretch. A look back at second. And the pitch. Misses inside, back-to-back walks, and now a huge moment in the game. Early on here, Nebraska has a chance to come right back with a crooked number as Cam Madsen, the number 9 hitter, comes to the plate. So walk of the 7 and 8 hitters, and now Cam Madsen will come up for the Nebraska prospects, batting .280 on the year. He's knocked in 5. He's scored 5. Right-handed hitter against the right-handed pitcher Liam Grimble. Grimble brings the pitch home, and it's high for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes as Liam trying to rediscover the strike zone. Liam going to have an opportunity to play 4-year college ball after a very successful season at Paris Junior College when he had a .95 ERA. Visit to the mound now from Head coach Luke Bay went 1-1 in 13 appearances, 17 strikeouts, 10 walks. But walks have been an issue for Grimble here this summer. Just hasn't found the command that you really like to have, as Liam, with 11 walks and 5 strikeouts in 8 2/3 innings coming into today, and now he's walked back-to-back. He's got a couple of strikeouts, and he misses on the first pitch to Cam Madsen. Trying to battle back here and get out of this with no damage done. Cam, Wayne State college player, played his high school ball at Bellevue West. 3-0 a score. Sodbusters trying to keep it that way as the base is loaded and 2 outs. The pitch inside, 2-0 the count now on Cam Madsen. Top of the order coming up. You really want to finish things off here because that top of the order is dynamite for this Nebraska prospects team. Some of these guys down to the bottom of the order haven't had a lot of success and haven't played as much. 2-0 pitch across at the letters for strike one. Much needed strike there for Liam Grimble. A 1-out single and a pair of 2-out walks have loaded the bases for the Nebraska prospects against the Hastings Sodbusters. 2-1 pitch on the way. Pop-up, short right field. Dallin Quigley's got it measured. He makes the catch, and the Nebraska prospects are turned away. No runs, 1 hit, 3 men left, and we head to the bottom half of inning number 2. It's Hastings 3, Nebraska nothing. This is Sodbuster Baseball. Imagine visiting a place with historic housing districts, beautiful parks, and strolling through downtown shops. No, it isn't a fairy tale. It's Hastings, Nebraska. Hastings is the birthplace of Kool-Aid. You can see the Kool-Aid exhibit at the Hastings Museum, along with many other amazing attractions and a planetarium. And visit the one and only Nebraska Bigfoot Crossroads of America Museum and Research Center. It all starts with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Start exploring at visithastings.nebraska.com. Experience Hastings with the Adams County Visitors Bureau.
Life is busy. Between family events, the kids' activities, work, and driving here and there, who has time to wait in the checkout line? The new Sam's Club Scan and Go app lets you scan, pay, and head to the door. Or try curbside pickup. Just shop, park, and let them load it into your car. Curbside pickup for Plus members starts at 7 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Get all the products you love at the prices you expect from Sam's Club and skip the lines. Sam's Club, making busy lives less stressful.
You know Graham Tire for their quality tires and service, but did you know that they do brakes, batteries, and oil changes, and even shocks and struts? Graham Tire in Hastings has the quality products and great service you have come to expect from the Graham name. Rick and his crew will get you fixed up and right back on the road safely. And you can trust that the job was done right. That's peace of mind. Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball.
This is Sodbuster Baseball as Hastings leads the Nebraska prospects by a score of 3-0. 3 runs on 3 hits for Hastings, no runs on 1 hit for the prospects. Sodbusters with a solid first inning, and the big hit, that 2-run, 2-out single from Danny Garcia to keep it going. And now it's going to be the 9, 1, and 2 hitters with Garrett Kennedy, Dallin Quigley, and Brett Zimmerman against right-hander Josh Kilzer. Kilzer hitting about 80 miles an hour with his fastball. Liam Grimble up to 83, according to our radar gun here in the booth. Bouncing ball right back to Kilzer. Nice glove work there as he'll run the ball over and underhand toss it to his first baseman, Ryan David. 1 pitch, 1 out, as Garrett Kennedy didn't even get a chance to tell you that Kennedy's been one of the top players for this team all year, hitting .298. He's been outstanding. No matter where he plays in the outfield, he's the starting center fielder today. Back to the top of the order for Dallin Quigley. Quigley hit by a pitch and scored his first time up, and that is vintage Dallin Quigley. Guy who finds a way to get on and finds a way to score runs. He scored the first of the 3 for the Sodbusters, and he's first pitch swinging here. No balls and 1 strike on Dallin Quigley. Out of Lubbock, Texas, Monterey High School. Quigley saw a little bit of time in the Fremont series, went 0 for 2 with a run scored in the second game. That was the only action he saw in the 3-game series against the Moo. Here's the pitch. It's fouled away. No balls, 2 strikes. That tells you the talent and depth that the Sodbusters have in the outfield. They can rotate different guys in there. And Quigley doesn't have to be in the lineup every day to have quality outfielders because the Sodbusters have a handful of them who can do it defensively and can do it for the most part at the plate. 0-2 pitch on the way, and Quigley reaches out, pops this one in the air, and this is going to be an easy play for the first baseman. Grabbing it is Ryan David. 2 quick outs here in inning number 2, and that'll bring to the plate Brett Zimmerman. Zimmerman flew out to center field his first time up. Brett Zimmerman, a very nice addition to this Hastings Sodbuster team, as he was one of the guys that showed up as the season went on. He hit .267 in the spring for Loyola Marymount. And now, in a Sodbuster uniform, his 12th game played. Takes this pitch low for ball 1 ball and no strikes on Zimmerman, who went 2 for 5 with a run batted in and 5 runs scored at the first game of the Fremont Series. Sodbusters blew out the Moo that game, 12-1. He followed that up with a hit in the second game, the 5-2 loss. Pitch is in there for a strike, 1-1 the count. Zimmerman came in as a defensive replacement in the 9th inning yesterday as the Sodbusters held on for an 8-7 win against the Fremont Moo. 1-1 delivery on the way. It's at the letters for strike, 1-2 on Zimmerman. Zimmerman taking a couple of pitches here just so Liam Grimble can get a little breather. 37 pitches thrown as he had to go to the limit while keeping the shutout going. Bases were loaded behind him. Kilzer brings the pitch home, and this is way high. Kilzer over 30 pitches here in the second, most of those coming back in the first. Josh Kilzer trying to work a 1-2-3. Second inning. Deuces are wild here. 2-2 with 2 outs. And the pitch. High for ball 3. So Zimmerman has worked its way back to full here. Trying to earn his way on any way he can. The Modesto, California product. A lot of Californians on the team. 3-2 pitch coming. High for ball 4. Good job for Brett Zimmerman as he was able to work the walk. Of course, that on-base percentage, he was .468 coming into today, and he's now been walked for the 8th time in just 12 games. So, 2-out base runner for Brandon Larson. Larson singled and scored the second Sodbuster run last inning. We're in the second. The Sodbusters lead it by a score of 3-0 and looking for more. An extra base hit. May be able to get that guy home from first. Zimmerman, good speed. We'll see if they turn him loose. Good off-speed pitch here to Brandon Larson. No balls and 1 strike to Larson. Didn't play in the first game of the Fremont Series, but followed that up, going 3 for 6 the next 2 days with 3 runs scored and 3 runs batted in. His RBIs coming yesterday in that 8-7 survival against the Moo. 0-1 delivery on the way. Just misses, and the count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike on Brandon Larson. We're at Duncan Field. Another YouTube broadcast of Independence League Baseball. Happy to have you along. Love to have you in person if you get the opportunity to come out and watch some Sodbuster baseball. Man, it has been a lot of fun this summer. 1-1 pitch. Low for a ball, 2 balls and 1 strike on Brandon Larson. And it's really cool to see, the Division I guys, but then Division II, there's junior college kids. Sodbusters have an NCAA Division III player on their roster. There's NAIA, junior colleges, and all of them coming together to compete. It's amazing how competitive they are, no matter what their division is. 2-1 delivery, and this is sprayed foul, and a guy like Brandon Larson, just out of high school, getting a chance to see college pitching. 2-2 the count on Brandon Larson. Hastings Sodbusters looking for their 14th win of the year and trying to keep a hold of first place in the very tough Nebraska Land Division as Fremont, North Platte, and Western Nebraska in hot pursuit of the Sodbusters. North Platte has already won today, 8-4. 2-2 pitch on the way. Off speed misses. Now 3-2. There's been a couple of borderline calls going against Josh Kilzers. He's had that sweeping breaking ball, and it apparently is broken too low against the big fella Brandon Larson. 3-2 with 2 outs, and that will allow Zimmerman to take off. So a double here likely scores the run from first. 3 and 2 and 2 out. Zimmerman does take off, and this one is bounced to the right side, and it's into right field for a base hit. Zimmerman flying around second. He's on his way to third, and the Sodbusters now with a big chance here in the second. So Zimmerman at third. Larson is 2 for 2, and here's Blake Burrows, who had an RBI single his last time up for the Hastings Sodbusters. He would take something similar. That was perfectly placed between first and second for Brandon Larson. And Blake Burrows hit it there his first time up for a single. He would love to find something similar right here. 3 runs, 4 hits now for the Sodbusters. No runs, 1 hits for the Prospect. We're in the bottom half of inning number 2 with Hastings trying to extend a 3-0 lead. Kilzer out of the stretch and the pitch. Little pop-up, short left field, a long run, but coming on and making the grab, playing the sun well, was Cade Lynham as he kind of shielded the sun with his glove and made the catch, and Sodbusters are turned away. No runs, 1 hit, 2 men left, and we head to the 3rd inning. It's still Hastings 3, Nebraska nothing, and this is Sodbusters.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service. Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
Wave your hands, Roman. Yeah, there it is. They're going to be doing the Renza onion ring race. We're going to see how fast they can race their onion rings. On your mark, get set, go! And they're off. They're going. Oh, Stevie's wobbling. Down she goes, but Roman's got the win. But hey, 2 incredibly cute kids. Give Roman and Stevie a round of applause, everybody, courtesy of Renza. I like it. Never give up.
Giving you a chance to see some of the flavor at the ballpark here as the Runza Onion Ring. Jason Frew is just so much fun out there running the contest. And he had 2 little kids. They acted like they were, they came dressed for it. They both had their Runza yellow on, the onion ring yellow, if you will. I guess Runza is more of green, but green and yellow, that's Sodbuster colors. So one way or the other, you like it. And so just a few of the things. Really, if you've ever been to a minor league baseball game, that's the feel you get when you come to watch a Sodbuster contest. They do put on a good show. Sodbusters with the lead here, 3-0 as we head to the 3rd inning. It's going to be the top of the order coming up for the Prospects as they put up a good threat in the second but could not score. Sodbusters scored their runs in the first. It's going to be Getzman, Monroe, and Brown to go against Liam Grimble. Grimble, say, a relief pitcher getting a start today, and Scott Galusha said could see a lot of arms out of the pen today as they try to piece one together. And it'll be all hands on deck before this long stretch of games without a break comes to an end. Pitch misses for ball 1, 1 ball and no strikes. Games tomorrow and Sunday against the Prospects. A doubleheader at Fremont Monday. And the Sodbusters will be home to Western Nebraska Tuesday and Wednesday. 1-0 pitch is popped up foul. Scott behind home plate, the catcher looking for room, can't quite get there as it just deflected off the fence before Blake could get to it. The count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike. That Tuesday game of note is the final game of the first half. So winding things down to the first half of the Independence League schedule. The winner of the first half automatically qualifies for the 3-game Nebraska Land Division Series at the end of the year. The second half winner would also qualify if the same team wins the first and second half. The second best overall winning percentage team would qualify for the playoff. Pitch fouled away. Count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Matt Getzman. Getzman popped to the first baseman his first time up. We're in inning number 3. The Hastings Sodbusters lead the Nebraska Prospects 3-0. Another pop-up, foul territory. Scott sheds the mask over near the screen, and this one does reach the stands. So 2 close plays. Scott, a big smile, or what? He's smiling with what's left of his teeth anyway. They call him chiclets as he's got a little lack of toothy grin for Scott. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count on Matt Getzman as he bats here to open inning number 3. It's pretty good pitches for Grimble, and Getzman was way off balance as he popped that one up. 1-2 pitch on the way again. Getzman a good swing on that one, and it's drilled foul. He had quite a series against Casper as they went on the road and won 2 of 3. 5 hits in 14 at-bats. He had 2 multi-hit games. He would score 5 runs combined in the series and knock in 3. 1-2 pitch. Hits it well to left field. Going back is Blake Burrows, still going, and makes the grab where fly balls go to die. Welcome to Duncan Field. Matt Getzman gets used to playing in the Mountain Time Zone and the elevation in Casper. That's probably extra bases, maybe a home run. Here, it's F7. 1 out in the inning for Tyler Monroe for the Nebraska Prospects. 3-0, Hastings Sodbusters on top. Inning number 3 of Independence League ball. And now we are going to see a new batter. It'll be number 1, Jaden Adams. So Jaden Adams will get an at-bat here in inning number 3. He's first pitch swinging and fouls it away. No balls, 1 strike on Jaden Adams. Adams out of Concordia University. He's from Waverly. So the day done for Tyler Monroe. And Jaden Adams out there now. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Sodbusters with the lead, 3-0. Pitch inside for a ball, 1-1 the count on Adams. Liam Grimble trying to work his way through the 3rd inning. Relief pitcher by trade, getting a start today and brings the pitch low and outside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. You can kind of get the sense of his being used to relief as he works out of the stretch all the time. Never out of the wind. Line drive, left field, base hit. So Adams comes in and makes his presence known immediately. 2 pretty well struck balls this inning. Matt Getzman with a fly out to left and Jaden Adams with a single to left. And that will bring to the plate Nolan Brown. 3-0, Sodbusters on top. Top half of inning number 3. 9-inning contest here at Duncan Field. Happy to bring you Sodbuster Baseball. It's Steve Stein, producer Caden Kirkak. These are umpires today, Tim Stroman and Matt Overmiller. Grimble works with a runner at first and brings the pitch over but low. Good stop for Scott. Keeping the ball in front. 1 ball and no strikes on Nolan Brown. Brown, one of the 2 strikeout victims of Liam Grimble in the game. He had a 4-hit contest against Casper. First game of that 3-game series, fouls the pitch away. 4 for 5, 5 runs batted in and 3 runs scored. Prospects won that opener 14-4, then lost a 9-8 heartbreaker before winning 12-7. He has a lot of runs scored out there in Casper. Sodbusters had that experience firsthand as they won 15-7, won 9-8, and lost 17-7 to open the year back in May. Here's another well-struck ball. This to the left center field gap, but on his horse is Garrett Kennedy, and he makes it look easy as he grabs the ball for the 2nd out of the inning. Nolan Brown got it up in the air, got it up into the wind, and got it into the alley. And Garrett Kennedy, plenty of room there as there's 2 outs, and retreating first was Jaden Adams, and here is Tristan Gomez trying to keep it going for the Nebraska Prospects. 3-0, Hastings on top. Josh Salmon has the night off. We wish him well. Here's the pitch. It's in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Josh not here, and several of the Sodbusters are also off as there's a wedding. And a former Sodbuster player is now at Arkansas Tech having a wedding this weekend and got some of the Arkansas Tech guys and a couple of Sodbusters who were teammates last year off. So a couple of normal players, a couple of guys who haven't seen much action this year are gone. 0-2 pitch, and this one is drilled to right field. Dallin Quigley, a long run, and he will not get there, but it falls about 3 feet foul. So Tristan Gomez, a solidly struck foul ball. He is down to the count, 0 balls and 2 strikes. Got Will Horton gone, Jacob Shaw gone. As far as position players, Sawyer Duddleston, the man of note, the guy who's hitting .526 on the year for the Sodbusters. 0-2 pitch on the way, and this one is popped up into right center field. And it'll be the center fielder, Kennedy, to call off the right fielder, Quigley. Both of those guys got there in plenty of time. It's just so fun to see fast outfielders, and they were there in plenty of time, and 3 fly ball outs around the single of Jaden Adams, and that'll do it for the Nebraska Prospects. No runs on 1 hit, 1 man left. We're into the bottom half of inning number 3. It's still Hastings 3, Nebraska nothing. This is Sodbuster Baseball. Imagine visiting a place with historic housing districts, beautiful parks, and strolling through downtown shops. No, it isn't a fairy tale. It's Hastings, Nebraska. Hastings is the birthplace of Kool-Aid. You can see the Kool-Aid exhibit at the Hastings Museum, along with many other amazing attractions and a planetarium. And visit the one and only Nebraska Bigfoot Crossroads of America Museum and Research Center. It all starts with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Start exploring at visithastings.nebraska.com. Experience Hastings with the Adams County Visitors Bureau.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
This is Sodbuster Baseball as the Hastings Sodbusters lead the Nebraska Prospects by a count of 3-0. 3 runs on 4 hits for Hastings. No runs, 2 hits for the Prospects. And Hastings will be batting Adams, Scott, and Garcia against Josh Kilzer. Kilzer, 42 pitches thrown the first 2 innings, allowing 3 runs on the 4 hits. He's also walked 1 and hit 2. He hasn't struck out anybody. Sodbusters have done a good job of putting a ball in play. They'll try to continue that with Sam Adams coming to the plate. Adams, designated hitter, flew out to right his last time up. Adams, right-handed hitter against the right-handed pitcher, Josh Kilzer. Kilzer, one of the more fun names to say, too. It just kind of rolls off the tongue. Here's the pitch. And that's over for a strike, no balls and 1 strike. And nothing against the Fremont move, but we're happy to see them go just because they had really hard names. And, you know, when you're an announcer, you don't like really hard names. No balls and 1 strike to count on Sam Adams. Here's the pitch. It's over for a strike, no balls, 2 strikes. And Sam Adams, about as easy as it gets, too. We like the name Sam Adams. It's got a lot of character, too. Sam stands in the right-handed box, going to have to battle here down to the count against Kilzer. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Misses for ball 1. 1-2 the count on Sam Adams. Adams played in 2 games of the 3 against Fremont. A combined 2 for 7. He did have a multi-hit game yesterday, going 2 for 4. 1-2 pitch. Takes the off speed for a ball. 2-2 the count on Sam Adams. Adams hit .287 in the spring for Western Texas College, a 2-year school. He did have 3 home runs. 15 RBIs, 24 runs scored. 2-2 pitch on the way to Sam. Takes it high for ball 3, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Great opportunity for Adams to play with his high school buddies, Will Horton, and also Jacob Watson. They get maybe one more chance to play together, who knows. 3-2 delivery on the way. Bouncing ball left side. Shortstop charges. Got it. Throw to first. Right there. Good job for Nolan Brown. Brown guns down Sam Adams. And that will bring to the plate Blake Scott. Scott hit by a pitch his first time up as Kilzer got himself into difficulty in that first as he hit 2 and walked 1. Sodbusters also helped themselves with 3 hits, including a big 2-out, 2-run single from Danny Garcia to put the finishing touches on that 3-run frame. So Blake Scott bats for the second time and takes strike 1, no balls, 1 strike on Scott. Scott, after a couple of years at Northern Oklahoma Eden Junior College, playing for the Jets, will be a Washburn Ichabod. 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed, no balls, 2 strikes on Blake Scott. Ichabod Washburn, by the way, was the founder of Washburn University. If you're wondering what the heck an Ichabod is, they just were cute that way. In Topeka, Kansas, the capital of Sunflower State. 0-2 pitch misses for ball one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And this Sodbuster team with a nice Washburn flavor with 3 Ichabods on the team. Now with Scott signing. 1-2 delivery. Scott stays alive, fouls it away, it remains 1-2. We've got Jake Schroeder on an outstanding start in the recent series. Jake, right-handed pitcher, to go along with Tegan Tamia. Those the 3 Washburn players on this Sodbuster summer team. 3-0 the score. Hastings on top of the Nebraska Prospects. We're in the bottom half of inning number 3. The 1-2 delivery is on the way. Taken high, 2-2 the count. May have been the most velocity we've seen out of Kilzer, who reared back. He's been hitting about 80. Grimble about 83 for his top fastball speed. 2-2 delivery on the way. High for ball 3, and so Scott working his way back will face the 7th pitch of this at-bat as the pitch is mounting for Josh Kilzer. He's well over 50 now in the home half of the 3rd. Kilzer takes his time, winds, and delivers. Bouncing ball right side. Second baseman's got it. Throw to first in time as Jaden Adams handles his first chance after coming in for Tyler Monroe. 2 up and 2 down for the Hastings Sodbusters here in the home half of the 3rd. Danny Garcia, the big hit in the ball game to this point as he stands at the right-handed box for the Hastings Sodbusters. Good to see Danny come up with a hit, his 3rd of the year in 17 at-bats, and he gets his first 2 RBIs, and that gave Hastings a 3-0 lead. That's where we are right now. Danny stands at the right-handed box, and the pitch takes high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. He's a San Jose State player and picked up a win yesterday as he was able to work 3 2/3 innings, allowing 1 run on 4 hits. 1 ball and no strikes. Pitch taken a little bit high for ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Danny Garcia, a business entrepreneurship major for San Jose State. College teammate of James Shimashita, who played for the Sodbusters last year. That's one reason that Danny's here. Made that nice contact, and good to have the pipeline. You start working with colleges, you get a good reputation, and all of a sudden you got another Division I player on the roster for this year. Count now 2 balls and strike on Danny Garcia. Pitch is right there for strike 2. 2-2 the count on Danny Garcia with 2 outs, nobody on in the 3rd as Josh Kilzer trying to work a 1-2-3 inning for the first time today. Sodbusters doing all their damage early. 3 hits, couple of hit batsmen, plating 3 runs in that first. 2-2 delivery. A little bit high, 3-2 now. We've gone to the limit. And even though it's potential 1-2-3 inning, still a lot of pitches thrown by Josh Kilzer. He went 3-2 to Adams, went 3-2 with a foul ball thrown into Blake Scott, and now he's 3-2 on Danny Garcia. So it's not been easy for Kilzer, despite the fact that he is on the verge of a 1-2-3 inning. 3-2 delivery. Line drive, left field, base hit. It will not be a 1-2-3 inning. Instead, it's Danny Garcia with his 2nd straight hit. So Danny getting it going in a pitcher's role yesterday and finding his hitting stroke here today. As he had 2 hits for the season, now has 2 more hits today. And the Sodbusters looking to add to a 3-0 lead with Tegan Tamia coming to the plate. Tamia, fielder's choice grounder to end the first, trying to keep this inning going. We'll see if they turn Garcia loose. Now, he does not have a stolen base this year, but would they try to get him in scoring position now for Tegan? Here's the pitch. Tamia lines it into left field for a base hit, so first pitch swinging is Tamia, and back-to-back singles after 2 are out. And now it'll be up to Garrett Kennedy to try to keep it going. Sodbusters kept it rolling, getting 2 more base runners after there were 2 outs in the first. That allowed them to plate 2 more runs. And now Garrett Kennedy trying to make these 2-out singles hurt, see if he can come through. Garrett had a really good series against Fremont. Outstanding defensively, particularly when he was in left field in Game 2 of that series, but also doing it at the plate. Garrett batting in the number 9 spot of the batting order. The pitch. Watches it go by for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. 2 for 6 in the series opener against the Moo. Then he went 2 for 4 and scored a run. Followed that up with a 1 for 3 performance yesterday and scored twice. So 5 for 13 in the 3-game set against the Fremont Moose. Sodbusters won that series 2-1. 0-1 delivery on the way. Big swing, no contact. 0-2 for Garrett Kennedy. Hastings Sodbusters narrowly in front of their rivals in the Nebraska Land Division of the Independence League. Just a half game up on Western Nebraska coming into today. North Platte has already won. They're just a half game back now at 14-10. 0-2 pitch on the way. Checking his swing was Garrett Kennedy. Runners will hold their ground as the ball was in the dirt. A good job keeping it at front was Zach Johnson. And the count is 1-2 strikes on Garrett Kennedy. Kilzer trying to work his way out of a 2-out jam. He got a couple of ground outs, but then Danny Garcia with a 3-2 line drive to left, and Tegan Tamia followed that up with a first pitch line shot to left, and that's where we stand, 3-0. Sodbusters looking to add to the lead as Kennedy stands in the right-handed box. Kilzer brings the pitch home. High and tight, 2-2 on Garrett Kennedy. Kennedy, Nebraska Omaha product. Millard West graduate. He is a Grand Island native. It's good to see him back in central Nebraska. 2-2 the count with 2 outs and the pitch. Off speed, beauty. Kennedy knew it. So did the Sodbusters, and he just kind of walked to the dugout there. Nice one from Josh Kilzer, and the Sodbusters are set down. No runs, 2 hits, 2-man left. We head to the 4th. It's still Hastings 3, Nebraska nothing. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Life is busy. Between family events, the kids' activities, work, and driving here and there, who has time to wait in the checkout line? The new Sam's Club Scan and Go app lets you scan, pay, and head to the door. Or try curbside pickup. Just shop, park, and let them load it into your car. Curbside pickup for Plus members starts at 7 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Get all the products you love at the prices you expect from Sam's Club and skip the lines. Sam's Club, making busy lives less stressful.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Nebraska Land Distributors. When you come to the ballpark, you can get a Coors Light, crisp, refreshing chill, keeping Nebraska chill, and light beer from Miller. Light beer with more taste. Nebraska Land Distributors also features White Claw. Live your wave. And a trip to the ballpark wouldn't be complete without Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy, refreshing beer with a hint of lemon. Check out these great adult beverages on your next trip to the Hastings Sodbusters, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributors. We bring you Sodbuster Baseball. It's Steve Stein, Camden Kirkak, as we head to inning number 4. Good start for Hastings as they lead 3-0 through the first third of this one. And for the Nebraska prospects, they'll have their 5, 6, and 7 hitters up there. Johnson, David, and Lynham. Weren't sure how long we would see Liam Grimble, a guy who is making his first start of the year and primarily a relief pitcher, but so far so good as he works his way into the 4th. First pitch swinging is Zach Johnson, and that'll help keep you go a little farther as I'll tell you, this is an adventure and it's going to fall. Dadgummit. Looked like a play that the Sodbusters were going to make. Garcia was going out. A long run for the center fielder, Garrett Kennedy, and I'm not sure if he got a piece of the glove of Garcia, but when all is said and done, there'll be a base runner, and Scott Galusha is not going to be happy with the outcome of that, even though you didn't get a chance to see it. It's kind of hard to explain. You had 3 guys converging on it, and the wind playing a little havoc with it. A long run for Kennedy. It looked like Garcia probably had the best shot at it. He had it in his glove momentarily, but it fell away, and it's going to be an error on the Hastings Sodbusters. That'll be given to Garcia. Tough error there as he had a long ways to run. And
a lot of wind up there. But
yep.
I knew he had a long way to go, and I was coming in and didn't see it, and then I heard the fans let me know what happened.
Yeah, it was not fun. So big chance here, but Liam Grimble off to a good start. First of all, let's introduce Scott Galusha, owner, general manager, and a pretty good start for this Sodbuster squad, offensively and defensively.
Absolutely. We continue to play good baseball. And, it was important for us to get on the board early against these guys just because of the nature of summer baseball. This is the 3rd city of a 3-city trip, and they had some bus problems today, and so they missed batting practice. They rolled in about 5:15, 5:30, and the coach told me since Ogallala they didn't have air conditioning.
Yeah.
So we got to get on these guys early because they're tired.
Yeah, that's exactly. We mentioned that in the pregame conversation, bouncing ball left side, but you may end up in that same situation at some point.
We've done it.
Yes, you don't. You try to take advantage of those situations, and you saw Fremont coming in the first game of this series, and that was part of the reasons that you were able to get her done.
And frankly, I even tried to help them, which is Chad said I may not have done that in my earlier days, but. So they were supposed to go all the way home to Fremont and then come to us. That would have been another 2 hours, but we decided to give them an first night hotel room, so they stayed here and slept all night and got a little bit of rest. But that's unfortunately it just works out that sometimes, and some games are longer than you plan for, and so that travel gets a little tricky from time to time.
2-2 count now as we see the batter Ryan David at the plate. Runner at first, nobody out. We're in the top of the fourth inning. Sodbusters with a 3-0 lead. 3 runs in that first on 3 hits. And Danny Garcia with a big
hit by Danny. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
You bet. I was down there talking about how important that inning was going to be and important that at bat was. And then Grimble got an out with 2 outs and bases loaded. So those are big moments in the game, and both went our way so far.
David pops this one in the air to right field. A long run for Quigley over to foul territory. He will make the play and turn and throw it back in. Another good defensive play. And you take for granted that all of those speedsters are going to run it down, but less outfielders wouldn't have made that look so
no,
easily.
You know what? We are blessed here. It was funny, Steve. Yesterday or the day before, one of the umpires said, "Hey, you need to talk to your center fielder." And I'm like, "Which one?" And I'm like, he goes, "Well, whichever one was in center field." I said, "You know what? They're all center fielders, so I got to go back and look at the lineup card because they all do it. Hey, perfect."
Bouncing ball up the middle, a throw to second for one. That's all they'll get. Garcia mishandled, but he was able to at least get it to Tamia for the force play. There are 2 outs in the inning as Cade Lynham grounds into the fielder's choice.
All right, now, Steve, last time we talked about this, it didn't go well, so I'm going to try to avoid it.
Yeah.
But Brian and I were having a conversation a couple nights ago. And I'm on the rules committee, and I believe that should be an error because that is 2 outs that you should have. And I know it doesn't go in the book as an error, but that is so important for those opportunities you get. That ball was on the second base side of second. It was tailor-made double play. And again, not that I want to ring up an error on Danny because he's a wonderful kid and a great baseball player, but I think in the book that should be an error.
Gage Allen at the plate now trying to keep this inning going, and he watches the first trip pitch go by for a strike and takes ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. There are 2 outs. We're in the top half of the fourth. Sodbusters lead it 3-0 against the Nebraska Prospects.
Have you said this yet, Steve? That's the first place Hastings Sodbusters?
Yes, we've mentioned that.
Okay, good.
By a whisker.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a half game up on Western Nebraska.
Yeah.
North Platte has already won today. Pressure's on.
Yep.
So it's just keep on winning. You're in first.
Exactly.
If you lose, you may be in third. That's the thing about it.
I talked to to Brian Gallagher today. Brian Clark today, one of my friends, and he said, I can't believe you're in first place. I said, yeah, it's great. He goes, you got a good shot? I said, yep. And he goes, what are you smiling about? And I said, because if we lose 2 or 3 games in a row, we're in fourth.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody in our division is playing good baseball. We were fortunate enough to beat the Prospects all 3 games, and boy, we could have lost all 3 games just as easy. So it's as tight as it gets, and they've battled back, and now they're 500 as well, and so there's not an easy game in our league period, but there definitely is not an easy game on our side of the division.
Gage Allen continues to foul off pitches. He'll face the 6th pitch of this at bat. He walked his first time up as it's a 3-0 Sodbuster lead. Grimble trying to get out of this with no damage done. An error to begin the inning. A pop-up and a fielder's choice grounder. That's where we're at. Pitch taken high. Now 3-2 on Allen. Grimble had those back-to-back walks, but I think walks were an issue for him during his previous appearances, but able to put zeros on the board the first 3 innings. That's probably a little bonus because I don't know how many innings you're expecting out of this guy who's a reliever.
Well, we would take 4 and run, and if we can get a good job, Liam Attaway.
Well, there's nice 4. Job. It's a strikeout. We'll just keep Sky Galusha right here.
Really the thing that we talk about on those errors is what's the most costly part of that error. Well, yes, it's a base runner, but really that probably cost Liam Grimble probably 8 or 9 pitches, and that's sometimes you can get away with that being an inning. So those are things that are so important, especially when you're in the middle of this stretch that it's 9 games in 9 days. Is we've got to be efficient with those. And so that was a good job of Liam coming back, and we gotta take advantage of some opportunities here, create some, and try to get a couple more runs on the board.
It is 3-0, and say a little bit shorthanded. There are some guys out, and guys are going to come and go and have some other commitments, and that's the great thing. It seems like you've got such great depth, but a few guys away at a wedding for a former sodbuster.
You know, and that's the coolest part of what we do. So we have Shane Scott played for us last year, pitcher from, matter of fact, he took my number 22. I got it back, which is nice. And now Sagman's trying to wear it. I don't know what this is. But anyway, who don't I know the right guy? Anyway, so Shane Scott played for us last year. So we've got some Arkansas Tech guys that are at the wedding. But the cool part is we got about 4 guys that aren't Arkansas Tech players that met them all last year, and they're all at the wedding. And again, that's a testament of what we do, and we talk about being family all the time, and our guys have grabbed that really good. And so it's really neat, although we'd love to have them, don't get me wrong, but it's really neat that they're that close. It's pretty special.
There is a new pitcher coming in for the Nebraska Prospects, and he is a candidate for the all-name team. I don't know if you guys are going to have that in the Independence League.
We should.
Maverick Wilder will make his debut on the mound here today. Maverick Wilder, he is from Waverly, and he is going to be going to Dayton University, a product of Southeast Community College. Man, the Storm had a lot of good dudes this year, and we get a chance to see Wilder.
My grandson is watching us right now, Steve.
Right.
There's the big guy on the TV, and there's my grandson. My grandson's going to be 1 here in a couple days.
Right there.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep. So
Cal. There you go, bud. Cal is going to be 1 on the 27th, and so it's pretty cool. He's looking at Grandpa, which is pretty sweet. I talked to him today. I know everybody had a good day up there, so hi, everybody. I know he had good weather again. It's good weather here, and thanks again for watching. That's pretty special for me.
Top of the order here for the Hastings Sodbusters. We get a chance to see Dallin Quigley. He's first pitch swinging, hits us into the right side. Nice range for Adams, and he'll throw out Dallin Quigley. 1 up and 1 down here in inning number 4, and a good start to the relief appearance for Maverick Wilder. Comes in for Josh Kilzer. Kilzer working the first 3 innings, allowing 3 earned runs on 6 hits. He ended up hitting 2, walking 1, and striking out 1.
Yeah, that hit batter of Quigley to lead off the game's 1-2 pitch, and that kind of got us jump started a little bit. And those free bases in our league are you just can't give them away. And if you don't, then you're typically pretty successful. And that's what Liam's done a pretty good job. Does 2 walks early, but he's got out of that, and that's why he's still in the game.
Brett Zimmerman at the plate now. Takes ball 1 ball and no strikes. 0 for 1 with a fly out and a walk. The Hastings Sodbusters, you mentioned it, 13-8. Pitch is missing for ball 2. And
that's good enough for first place, isn't it?
Yes,
right now, at least?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And I think if you win today, I don't know if the Sodbusters have ever been 6 games over 500 at any point in the history.
It just so happens that I know that answer.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's never happened.
Right, that's what I was
And again, you know, if you know me for more than 30 seconds, I'm competitive to a fault. Okay, but yet I also understand that that's not the major part of what we do. Now we want to win, we want to be successful, but that is not a absolute need or must for us to be successful here. Our show and our fan base are the people we want to take care of, and it just makes it even that much more fun when we got a good ball club. And so not only are we winning, we're playing good baseball. There's a couple games that we came out on the wrong end that we're still playing good baseball, and that's what makes me happy. We're getting pretty consistent effort night in and night out from these kids.
3-2 the count now on Brett Zimmerman. 1 out, nobody on. The pitch fouled away as he stays alive. Yeah, I was looking back to the history. No, they did not get a piece of it. The throw to first, and they will complete the strikeouts. A good hustle there for Zach Johnson to get the ball. I thought he had gotten a piece of it, but instead it's a strikeout. And so now 2 outs in the inning for Brandon Larson.
Brandon, a couple nights ago, I was talking next to Roger Dorr, a real good customer of ours and a longtime Hastings guy. And I walked up to him and I said, "Hey, Brandon Larson's turned the corner. We've got a couple things that we're working on with him in the cage, and he's got a lot better, and he's about ready to start going." And he did a really good job, and he's got really good at-bats lately. And there we go. We're right, Steve. You were right. Yep.
And boy, I tell you, Trevor Varley is not happy. He has come out of the dugout right here. The field umpire has saw that it was a foul ball, and Varley's not happy. So it is not going to be a strikeout yet, anyway.
I would be upset, too, because if there's one guy that's out there that probably does not have the right angle to determine if overrule a call, that's the guy that's about 100 feet away. But
down the first base line.
Don't get me wrong, we'll take it, but I would be mad too if I was Travis or Trevor. Yep.
So it is a foul ball, and 3-2 the count once again, and the pitch and then he a borderline ball four.
That's what happens sometimes. I talk to my guys, and when I was younger, I was always barking and because I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
Now I don't think you need to do it very often, but that's why you don't do it. Okay, because that pitch was close enough to set him down.
Yep.
And I'm guarantee you, they say they don't do that, but it's human nature.
Yeah.
And that was a call that probably we would have complained about it if it would have been the other way.
Yep. Now Brandon Larson comes to the plate after a walk instead of a strikeout. So how different in this inning? And you mentioned
yes.
There's a call that the pitch count. If nothing else, there's going to be 6 or 7 more pitches that this guy's going to have to throw. Their reliever, Maverick Wild.
And those are the things that I pay attention to. I mean, I don't look at batting average. I don't look at this. I don't look at that. I look at the hidden numbers all the time. I think that's more important. I always say stats are for grandmas and grandpas and moms and dads. Now I can tell you who can hit or not, and that might not be the guy that has the highest number. But we pay attention to these things. I mean, this is causing. This is what disrupts the bullpen and the rhythm of what you had going. And so those are hidden pitches and things that you don't always see in the scorebook.
2-1 the count now, and it also gets Larson to the plate with a runner on, and he's already 2 for 2 in this game. You mentioned the fact that he's turning the corners.
He really is.
Multi-hit game in the second game of the Fremont Series, then knocked in 3 yesterday.
6-7. He likes to go by 6-6 because he told me it sounds better.
I love teenagers. He watches this one go by for strike 3.
Now you guys, I don't know. We're going to get a system that's going to let us replay stuff, but I'm telling you, that pitch was further outside than the ball that walked Zimmerman. But that's part of how it goes.
Hey, but Tim Stroman and Matt Overmiller, they're doing a good job here. Scott getting an administrative question. We'll just keep on rolling here. Blake Burrows comes to the plate now. Sodbusters lead at 3-0. Home half of the 4th inning. 3 runs, 6 hits for Hastings. No runs, 2 hits for the Nebraska Prospects. Hastings trying to continue their winning ways against the Prospects. The 3-0 against Nebraska, although, as Scott mentioned, and we talked about the pregame, all 3 of the games could have gone the other way. 3 walk-off wins. I mean, and I'm old. I don't know if I ever remember a situation where I witnessed 3 games in a row that had walk-offs.
Well, that's what we all love to say. You never know what you're going to see when you come out to the ballgame. Doesn't matter how many times you've been here. You never know. And heck, we have 2 really goofy rulings the last couple nights too, with the umpire there, and then the overthrow of like half the team on the bunt there. Those are plays that you just don't see all the time. And to the umpire's credit, they got them both right.
Yeah.
And again, that's very smart that they were able to figure that out, because there's a lot of moving parts in both those. But those guys both got the calls right, even though both sides were barking, but they were correct.
2-1 the count now on Blake Burrows, who's swinging it well, who's pitching it well, and he bounces this one to the right side. Adams makes the catch, dishes to second for 1, and that will do it for the Hastings Sodbusters. No runs, no hits, 1 left. You can stick around, you can need to go.
Yeah, I'm going to stay for another half inning if that's all right with you.
Yep. So Burrows grounds into the fielder's choice. Zimmerman is forced out 6-4. Let me just do my little scorekeeping and try to keep it up. And 3-0 is the score, and it will be Grimble back out there for the 5th. Man, if he can find a way to work his way through this, he would qualify for the win today.
Yeah, we were initially planning on him being a starter, a reliever, and then when he signed with Post University in Connecticut, they have designs on him being a starter. Okay. So we changed his summer routine, trying to get him stretched out. So he looks good. He hasn't lost the velocity a little bit, and this is extremely important. Now we're going to get guys going here pretty quick, because I would think Luke and Chris and myself we're already ecstatic that we got 4 zeros on there with Liam, but we're gonna let him stretch it out a little bit. I got a text as we were talking that he told me they were gonna run him out there again, which is great. And he deserves it. He's been around the plate for the most part and given us a chance to win. And when you have this many games in a row, every single inning is so important. So.
And you mentioned, and I talked a little bit about it on the pregame, but they have added a second game Monday, right? So it's a doubleheader at Fremont.
Yeah, Monday. That's That's one of the makeup. Yeah. Okay. That's a makeup game from
first series.
For that first series that got rained out. So that's always a challenge too. We don't have very many days off anyway, and so I had no choice but to mortgage one of those days off. But the other ones we've been able to figure out how to accomplish those without burning a day off.
And we come to the fifth inning. Sodbusters lead at 3-0. 9-1 and 2 out for the Nebraska prospects. Cam Madsen takes ball 1 ball and no strikes. He's 0 for 1 after flying out. Liam Grimble, 69 pitches thrown through the first 4.
I would guess this will be the last inning. I think when we talked to him, he thought he could get to the mid-80s and be okay. But again, that's another thing that we look at a little differently. We also kind of pay attention to those stressful pitches under pressure, because those are like standing on the gas. They cost a little bit more, but.
Well, he had that second inning in particular. We had the 1-out single and then 2-out walks.
Yep.
Had to work very hard that inning. Here's a pop-up
Beautiful.
here, and that's a good start to this inning as Garcia underneath it makes the catch. There's 1 out, back to the top of the order for Matt Getzman.
Beautiful, and that's one of Luke and I's philosophy. Although we sort of cheat this rule, but the guy's hitting 9-hole for a reason, okay? And so we try to be overly aggressive with those guys until they show us we need to be a little more careful. So that was really good. I think that was a 2 or 3 pitch out. And that again, those are so important as you try to manage the pitching staff moving forward.
And you back to the top of the order, Getzman, who had an outstanding series out in Casper. He's 0 for 2 today with a pop-up and a fly out, and the pitch is taken for a strike. A little different kind of ballpark in Casper, a little different kind of altitude in Casper.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys had an opportunity to score a lot of runs out there. And,
the ball jumped a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit different baseball. And, see, that's one of the things that I would tell you that I'm proud of. Boy, Getzman,
right on the line,
oh,
but
nice
there
play.
is Blake Burrows coming in and joining the outfield great play parade for this Hastings Sodbuster team. We've seen it during his homestand. A lot of guys doing the job.
It doesn't matter who's out there. I mean, we have literally right now since and Duddleston is such a good hitter, and he's a very good right fielder. But he looks like he's standing in mud next to the other 4 guys, and yet he's pretty quick. But yeah, we got 4 guys out there. I mean, Gertis has made maybe the two best plays that I've ever personally seen at this level. Everybody brags about the one he did in Casper where he went up and over the fence, but he had time to plan that. This one was incredible here. He just turned and run, and it was textbook outfielding, and that was the easy part of that catch. So
that was 2 days ago, and that went over Fremont. Yep.
Yes.
Curtis. Yep.
Yeah. Just an incredible play, and our guys, our pitchers are starting to figure out, hey, let's let them hit it, because there's some guys out there that can go get it, and not just in the outfield. So we're very happy with that defensive ball club, and for the first time ever, I sort of recruited kids and looked at kids a little different. We weren't looking for, although Trevor Matson can hit one out of any park, and we got some guys that can put a little pop on the ball, but don't want walks, but.
Did have a 2-out walk here to Jaden Adams, who came into bat for Tyler Monroe in the third, and he's been on base both times. Now Nolan Brown will come to the plate. He's 0 for 2 in the game, a strikeout and a flyout. Sodbusters continue to lead this game 3-0 in the top half of the 5th inning.
Outstanding player. Got to know Nolan Brown a little bit. Nolan Brown was going to play for us, and then he had another opportunity. I thought that hit the barrel, but. Here we go again.
As they're going to see if the field umpire had a better look at it, I think. Right now it's going to go as a hit batsman.
Yeah,
I think a Sodbusters thought it was off the handle of the bat for a foul ball. But
and I tell you what, if you go ask Nolan Brown, he's going to tell you that it hit the barrel, because you can tell by his reaction. Now, he did the right thing. That's what you do. You go down there and you act like you get a base, and you go, and that's not a cheating play. That's just good baseball. But again, if that hits you in the hand, you can't fake that reaction, and there wasn't that reaction. But maybe that's a makeup call for the last one. No, could be, but that's kind of how it works.
So a 4-pitch walk and then a hit batsman, and now all of a sudden Grimble has some issues. Luke Bay has come out of the dugout and will visit with the home plate umpire. Tim Stroman and Matt Overmill of the umpiring crew here today.
Yeah.
3-0 a score. Sodbusters continue to lead the Nebraska prospects.
But again, two quick outs. I'm trying to figure out who that is. I usually can tell by when I look at the motion. So give me just a second.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, this is not very ergonomically friendly up here
no,
for seeing
no,
bullpens.
it is not. I believe that's Braden Mackey. Yep, Braden Mackey, number 1.
All right, he is
Yep.
a Hastings
boy.
product
Yep,
and
yep.
Goes to Northwestern in Iowa.
Yep.
And
and he's got better and better and better. His last 2 outings have been very good. His ERA and his stats don't look very good because we kind of let him learn a hard lesson there one game, but he's done a good job for us, and he's worked very hard and took the coaching and some of the recommendations we have. So,
and that's one thing about it. You get one bad outing, and it's major league level too. You get one bad outing early in the year, and if you're a reliever, it takes you the rest of the year to overcome it because you have to work a lot of innings to get that ERA down. And so we'll see what the situation is. Lupe now, after visiting with the umpire, has an official mound visit with the infield around him. Sodbusters, he'd love to find a way to get Grimble through the 5th and have a chance to qualify for the win. He just needs one more out. He retired the 9 and 1 hitters, but then the walk and the hit batsman. It looks like Grimble will get a chance to face Tristan Gomez, who is 0 for 2.
I think that was the old last batter speech.
Yeah.
Hey, give me all you got, big fella. We got one more guy. Let's see if we can get him and go. So
it will be Gomez, and we mentioned earlier the younger brother of the current Husker, Kobe Gomez.
Yep. His dad's here. I talked to him a little bit earlier. Larry Shanneman's here. Shay Shanneman's dad's here watching the game too. So it's, we're proud of that we get guys that want to come back and see what we're doing. Larry did tell me that he was watching the son of his buddy, but he said he was pulling for the Sodbusters. So I give him a little credit for that.
Now, okay, we'll maybe get it. Maybe it's a question you don't know, but let's have this 1-0 pitch first. Do we know what Shay's doing next year? Because I know there was an option to come back, or is he going to explore it, or what's his plan? Do you know?
You know what? I've talked to him via text message, which is a fun part of the job too, and he kind of told me what he was hinting at, but he hasn't announced it yet.
Yeah.
And I just hope Shay gets a chance to play at the next level. That's what he wants, and I think he's earned that, and I think he's been good enough to make that happen. It's just a matter of got to get that right opportunity.
1-1 pitch gets away. It went through the wickets of Blake Scott that was down on the turf, and now runners at second and third. And this becomes a very big at bat now with Tristan Gomez. If he finds a way to win this battle, it's just a 3-2 game. Meanwhile, Grimble, if he can get out of it, keep a shutout. So a key moment. I know it's only the 5th, but this could be a very big turning point in the game, one way or the other, between the Sodbusters and the Prospects.
2 quick outs, and now we're scrambling. So that's kind of how baseball works.
3-1 the count now on Tristan Gomez as the 2 and 3 hitters both reaching on free passes, the walk and the hit batsman. And now it is Tristan Gomez with a chance to do some damage with the count his way. Grimble out of the stretch. The pitch. High for ball 4, and the
aiming it.
76th pitch of the day could be the final for Liam Grimble. Let's see, it will be a pitching change being made. So unfortunate for Grimble, just could not get that final out. A couple of walks and a hit batsman, and it will be a pitching change as we are going to see Braden Mackey. And you mentioned the fact Mackey will be making his 4th appearance, 7 2/3 innings, allowing 18 runs, 13 of them earned on 17 hits. He has walked 7, struck out 6, so his ERA at 15.6.
I think not too long ago it was like 30-something.
Yeah,
so I mean, he's had good outings.
Coming
in a row.
now.
Yep, he's working hard, and again. He's got a very live arm, and we're trying to get him more and more confidence. He's doing a good job, and this is going to be big for his confidence. He can come in and shut this door here. That'd be big for us as well.
Sodbusters trying to find a way to maintain the lead, 3-0, and it seems like every home game this year, with the exception of that 12-1 win on Monday, has been right down to the final 2 innings, 1 inning, or beyond in some cases. And so
you're right.
It's if you want to come out and watch entertaining baseball, odds are you're going to see it one way or the other.
Okay, so baseball sometimes is a little like golf. You only want to talk about the putts you missed, not all the ones you made.
Yeah.
So let me tell you a little bit about that 12-1 game. We all felt good about it, obviously. But we barreled 16 balls and had 14 hits. They barreled 12 balls and had 4 hits.
Yeah.
So they got a little unlucky that night, and it showed on the scoreboard. But that game was a little closer even than what the game looked like, just because of how they were hitting the ball. So hey, I got my nephew is watching. I don't know why he's not down by the lake, but I got to note that my nephew George is watching. So hi, George. George is he's a trap master. He's really good. He's a great shot. He loves hunting. He loves the outdoor, which I'm not quite sure why he's not down to the lake, but I'm glad he's watching Sodbuster baseball. So hi, George. Wish I was there, buddy, but I'm glad you're watching, and I want you to have a good time when you're there.
As Scott Galusha, owner, general manager, wrapping up his conversation. One thing about it, this lengthy inning, allowed to visit more.
That's right.
But I would have just as soon seen you leave about 10 minutes
no,
ago.
I know.
1, 2, 3 inning.
Again, two quick outs, and that's, just kind of building. But it's kind of nice. Sometimes I feel like I try to get out of here because Fish is sitting here waiting, and he's got the day off. So, which is nice for him to be with the family. These games are hard, and we've already talked about this before. Long homestands are a grind for not only us, but the players and the fans and everybody involved. Trying to do this many days in a row is a grind, but we got a great staff, and so we're ready to go. Another good crowd tonight, and everything seems to be going well. It's just a matter of we got to get it out here.
So now 3 straight base runners, and oh, by the way, Zach Johnson steps to the plate. Here's the guy who hit .474 with 21 home runs in the spring. First team junior college All-American for Southeast Community College, and he played so well, Husker said, come on.
Yeah.
So this is the guy you got to get out, Braden Mackey. Good luck. Northwestern Iowa product against future Husker, and that's another great thing about this level of ball. D1s, D3s, they're all going at one another. A lot of times you can't tell who the D1 guy is.
Absolutely. And everybody's going to get noticed. There's so many people looking, and all these kids want the opportunity to get to that D1 level, and they're all looking, and so it's neat to see kids that put the time in. We were talking about Getzman. Getzman had a great year at Southeast Community College, and he earned himself a job at UNO.
2-0 the count. Big pitch coming up for Mackey, and the pitch, and this is bounced foul. There's a large strike one. 2-1 the count. I think of, a D3 guy who's looked anything but D3. That's a non-scholarship area. How
Would
about
that be
Jacob
Watson?
Oh,
yeah.
I'm thinking, can't he pitch for anybody?
Well, I think so too. Here's the deal with Jacob. He may be the smartest guy we have, because he walked in here and he goes, wow, look at this field. And he goes, maybe I should throw strikes. That's what he said to me, and I just sort of smiled at him. I said, you got to be kidding. Hey, great job, Braden Mackey.
Bouncing ball back to Mackey as he comes up with a huge couple of pitches to Zach Johnson, and the Sodbusters survive. No runs, no hits. 3 left at the bottom of the 5th. It's still 3-0. Thanks for coming up, Scott. Get back to your real job.
Yeah, I got to go back. Got to go shake some hands and do what I do, and keep cheering us on. And thanks for letting me share some time with you, Steve.
And this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
3-0 Hastings as we head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. The Sodbusters are going to be sending up their 5, 6, and 7 hitters up there against Maverick Wilder. Wilder out for his 2nd inning of work, as Hastings has Aaron Harper coaching first today. Players have been coaching first with Jake Bigham gone for the weekend, and so we've seen a variety of guys occupying that role, and Hastings will have Sam Adams coming up against Maverick Wilder. Adams 0 for 2 on the day, a fly out to right and a ground ball to the shortstop. Sam Adams for the Hastings Sodbusters getting an opportunity here to get his first look at Maverick Wilder. Wilder throwing 18 pitches. Getting out of that, so he had a 1-out walk, but able to get a strikeout and a fielder's choice grounder to end the frame. As the first pitch misses, ball 1 ball and no strikes on Sam Adams. Fort Worth Nolan Catholic High School. Pitch is taken outside. Count goes to 2-0 on Adams. A multi-hit game for him yesterday. In that win over Fremont, Sodbusters taking 2 of 3 from the move. 2-0 delivery and blew it right by him. 2-1 the count on Adams. With Blake Scott and Danny Garcia to bat this inning, Sodbusters looking for their 14th win of the year, trying to go 6 games over 500 for the first time in franchise history. Here's the pitch. Strike 2 as Sam checked the swing, but it was a strike anyway. Going to have to battle here against Maverick Wilder. Wilder making his debut for Nebraska Prospects, and comes back and gets the K as he blew it by Adams for his second strikeout. Now to bring to the plate, Blake Scott. Scott hit by a pitch. That was a large at-bat back in the first as that loaded the bases, allowing Danny Garcia to come to the plate, and Garcia followed that up with a 2-run single, and that's the insurance that Hastings has. They have not scored since. 3-0 the score. Hastings on top of the Nebraska Prospects, and here is Scott. Left-handed hitting catcher taking ball 1 ball and no strikes. The future Washburn Ichabod had a really good year for Northern Oklahoma Enid, went .320 on the season. Lines this one into left field, a long run for the 2 outfielders. No, my goodness, the center fielder makes the catch, and we are just very happy we didn't see a full-on head-on collision. Matt Getzman makes the catch, and you could see that coming. I'm not sure if Getzman made the call, but Cade Lynham gave way, thankfully. I thought it was going to be a head-on-head, full-on 2 outfielders going at one another, and thankfully somehow they avoided one another, and there are 2 outs in the inning on that looping liner off the bat of Blake Scott. Danny Garcia will bat now for Hastings, 2 for 2 in the contest, and he takes the pitch outside for ball 1 ball and no strikes. 3 runs, 6 hits for the Sodbusters, no runs, 2 hits for the Nebraska Prospects. Sodbusters have committed the only error of the game. Garcia, San Jose State product, stands in the right-handed box against Maverick Wilder, and the pitch misses inside. 2-0 the count on Garcia, his first multi-hit game as a Sodbuster, as he stands in the right-handed box and watches this one go by for ball 3. 3-0 the count on Garcia. Picking up that first Sodbuster victory yesterday. 3-0 delivery. And a little bit low, so a 4-pitch walk. Garcia's on board for the 3rd straight time. And that'll bring up Tegan Tamia, shortstop for Hastings. He's had a good day. 1 for 2 for Tegan Tamia, playing the shortstop spot. See him at second base a lot. But with Aaron Harper given the day off, Sodbusters had a couple, maybe 3 options at that shortstop position, and Tamia gets the call, and way out in front of the off-speeder that was out of the zone for Tegan. No balls and 1 strike for Tegan Tamia. 2 outs in the inning, 1 on. Sodbusters trying to keep it going, looking to add to a 3-0 lead here at Duncan Field as the lights are on. Pretty nice night for baseball. Temperatures in the 80s. Wind blowing in from center field. Earlier in the week, we thought maybe we'd have a chance of rain tonight, but they have lowered that to just about 10%, and really not expected to see any rain through tomorrow evening. So if you're thinking about coming out to Sodbuster Baseball, 6:35 tomorrow, 6:35 Sunday for these 2 teams. And don't think it's over being 3-0, because saw a lot of drama when these 2 teams met the first time. Sodbusters won 3 one-run games, all in walk-off fashion. Big swing, no contact. 1-2 the count now on Tegan Tamia. Won the first game 2-1. Second game 5-4 in 10 innings. And the third game of that series, 3-2. 1-2 the count. The pitch. Grounded back up the middle. It's a slow roller. The shortstop's got it. Will step on the bag. The biggest question was the ball going to reach second before Danny Garcia did? And it just barely did, as Nolan Brown able to make the play. 6 unassisted to force Garcia. Fielder's choice grounder for Tamia. And that'll do it for the Hastings Sodbusters here in inning number 5, as we will head to the 6th inning. It is 3-0, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
You know Graham Tire for their quality tires and service, but did you know that they do brakes, batteries, and oil changes, and even shocks and struts? Graham Tire in Hastings has the quality products and great service you have come to expect from the Graham name. Rick and his crew will get you fixed up and right back on the road safely. And you can trust that the job was done right. That's peace of mind. Graham Tire in Hastings, West 2nd Street, Open 7:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. A proud sponsor of Sodbuster Baseball. Eagle Distributing and Budweiser are proud to be sponsoring the Hastings Sodbusters. Budweiser has been linked to organized baseball since 1980 with a continued commitment to celebrate America's favorite pastime. The Budweiser brand was introduced in 1876 using time-honored brewing methods such as beechwood aging, which provides unparalleled balance and character. Each batch of Budweiser stays true to the same family recipe used by 5 generations of Busch family brewmasters. We welcome you to enjoy a cold Budweiser while cheering on your favorite hometown team, the Hastings Sodbusters.
Way to the top half of the 6th inning. This is Sodbuster Baseball. Hastings with a 3-0 lead as Nebraska bats its 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Ryan David will be up first. David 0 for 2 in the game. The first full inning for Braden Mackey. Bouncing ball left side, fielded by the third baseman. Long throw, high throw, coming off the bag and grabbing it is Blake Burrows to make the tag. Brett Zimmerman sailed that one a bit, but a nice job for Larson to hang in there. 5-3 on the putout. Looks good on paper, and there's 1 pitch and 1 out. A good start here for Braden Mackey, who came in, got out of a huge jam to keep it a shutout. Hats off to the Northwestern of Iowa product, and a guy who's seen a lot of action on this field, the former Hastings 5 Points Bank and Hastings Tiger baseball player. Cade Lynham up there now, taking ball 1 and takes ball 2 out of the zone. Cade Lynham is 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. But Braden Mackey came in and retired one of the toughest hitters on this Nebraska Prospects team. Bouncing ball to the right side. Zimmerman's got it. I should say Garcia's got it, the second baseman. Throwing out Cade Lynham. 2 quick outs here for Braden Mackey. Mackey able to get Zach Johnson as he had him on a 2-0 count. Foul ball to make it 2-1, and they got him on a little comebacker. Johnson, one of the top hitters in junior college baseball in the spring, and the Nebraska recruit, but Mackey won that battle with the bases loaded and 2 outs to keep it 3-0. Here's Gage Allen now. He has struck out and walked, and he takes strike 1, no balls and 1 strike. Braden Mackey, in the spring, he went 6 innings of ball for Northwestern of Iowa. They went 22 and 27 in the GPAC, or 22 and 27 overall, 12 and 16 in the Great Plains Athletic Conference, of which Hastings College is a part. 2 quick strikes now on Gage Allen. Pitch is taken upstairs. 1-2 on Allen for the Nebraska Prospects. 3 runs, 6 hits for Hastings. No runs, 2 hits for the Prospects. The only error committed by the Hastings Sodbusters. Off-speed pitch is fouled back. 1-2 on Gage Allen. Allen, the Bellevue West grad, now at Ventura College in California. Sodbusters trying to survive this top of the 6th, still with the shutout going. Mackey with the pitch, bouncing ball right side. Garcia should be able to get this one. Throws to first in time. 3 groundouts and a rock-solid inning for Braden Mackey. That will do it for the Prospects. No runs on no hits, and after 5.5, it's still 3-0 Hastings. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Head of the bottom half of the 6th inning, the Hastings Sodbusters continue to lead this game by a score of 3-0, and it'll be Maverick Wilder out there for his 3rd inning. Josh Kilzer goes the first 3, allows 3 runs on 6 hits, and Wilder, through his first couple of innings, no runs, no hits. He has 2 strikeouts. He has also walked 2. And here comes Garrett Kennedy. Kennedy taking ball 1 ball and no strikes. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Starring in center field today. Can play any of the outfield positions and has to duck out of the way of this high hard one. Count 2 balls, no strikes on Garrett Kennedy, showing his athletic ability just to avoid being hit in the head. Shows his athletic ability in the outfield a lot for this Sodbuster team and takes low for ball 3. So Wilder in danger of walking his 3rd batter to go along with 2 strikeouts. Here's the pitch. Missing outside, and it's a 4-pitch walk issued by the Dayton Flyer recruit, Maverick Wilder, who played his high school ball at Waverly and went on to Southeast Community College for college ball. His first stop. Back to the top of the order, Dallin Quigley. Quigley 0 for 2. He's hit by a pitch his first time up. He scored a run. He's also popped up to the first baseman and grounded out to the second baseman. So Sodbusters with a runner on. We'll see if they try to play a little small ball here. Throw over to first as Maverick Wilder certainly thinks something's going on, and Kennedy dives back in safely. Say you could bunt, you could hit and run, great speed, guy who handles the bat pretty well, so a lot of options here for the Sodbusters. They look to extend a 3-0 lead. Chris Ceballos flashing the signs. Sodbuster pop-up off the bat of Quigley. He'll not be happy with that as the center fielder comes on and makes the catch. One out in the inning is Matt Getzman. A much easier chance than the one he chased down against Blake Scott last inning. A lot less drama there, and there's 1 out as he almost had a head-on collision with his left fielder, Cade Lynham. Here's Brett Zimmerman, 0 for 1 in the game with a pair of walks. He's the starting 3rd baseman for the Hastings Sodbusters. Zimmerman with a pair of hits in the first game of the Fremont Moo series. Sodbusters won that game 12-1. Throw over to first and back in safely is Kennedy. And again, a left-handed hitter up there. So you kind of like to have the guy at first not going to give a bigger hole between first and second. The runner does go, and the pitch is fouled away, so hit and run on for the Sodbusters there. And the count, no balls and a strike on Brett Zimmerman, who may have got a piece of his own foot on that particular foul ball. Brett Zimmerman for Loyola Marymount. Lions went 20-34-1 and 11-16-1 in their conference in the spring. Zimmerman takes outside for a ball, and Brett was 267 individually. He's had a really good start to the summer campaign, 368 coming into today for Brett Zimmerman. Sodbusters, 3 runs, 6 hits, no runs, just 2 hits for the Prospects, the second best hitting team in the Independence League. Pitch over for a strike, now 1-2. Saw Fremont. They were the best hitting team. They saw their batting average fall a few points, but still tops in the league. The Prospects tied with North Platte for second best batting average. 1-2 pitch, low into the dirt. Good stop there for Zach Johnson. It's 2-2 on Zimmerman. But this Duncan Field built for pitchers' duels, even though it was an 8-7 game yesterday. Give Fremont a lot of credit, man. They took so many balls the other way into right field. Pitches bounced foul. It was a Fremont squad which had 13 hits yesterday. Sodbusters had only 8, but survived for an 8-7 win. Took advantage of the opportunities presented them in a pair of 4-run innings. 2-2, the count. 1 out here in inning number 6 against the Prospects. Here's the pitch. Inside, and it gets a piece of Zimmerman. So 2 are aboard with only 1 out. A walk and a hit batsman, and now Brandon Larson, a chance to do some damage here for the Sodbusters. You don't feel real safe even at 3-0. Although Brandon Mackey, should say Braden Mackey, did a good job of getting Nebraska in order in his first full inning of relief, and he's retired all 4 batters he's faced. Pitch on the outside corner for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike on Larson. It's 2 for 3 in the game. A pair of singles and a strikeout. Larson stands in the left-handed box. The University of California San Diego recruit, just fresh out of high school. 0-1 delivery. And this one is bounced off the foot of Larson. Dadgummit, that will sting as he went right to the ground, gets back up and trying to shake it off on that right foot for the Hastings Sodbusters. 3-0 the score. Hastings on top as we play here in the home half of the 6th inning. Hastings looking to maintain first place in the Independence League. We've already seen North Platte beat Casper today. Big battle going on between 2 potential division qualifiers in their respective divisions. Western Nebraska chasing Hastings. They're home to Canyon County tonight. Canyon County a game and a half behind Badlands in the Great Plains division. Larson back and ready to go, and the 0-2 pitch is on the way. That's way outside for ball 1, 1-2 on Larson. Big threat brewing here for Hastings, trying to find a way to add to a 3-0 lead. Sodbusters would love to get a little insurance here for Mackey. Well hit ball to right field, carrying, and it's over the head of the right fielder who'd come in. Sodbusters are going to get a run home here. Larson hits the bag at second. He's going to try for 3. The relay throw is cut off. Cam Madsen started to come in and then said, uh-oh. It was an issue, and the ball sailed over his head. And it's now 5-0. Brandon Larson with a 2-run triple as Kennedy and Zimmerman score the runs, and 5-0 the score. So just the break the Sodbusters were looking for. And the 7th hit of the game is a 2-run triple for Larson. His first is a Sodbuster, and now Nebraska will play the infield in, already down 5-0. Here's a little looping liner, but right at the shortstop, and that's the second out of the inning as Nolan Brown catches that off the bat of Blake Burrows. So Sodbusters unable to get a run home there, and we'll see if Sam Adams can continue the inning and knock home a 3rd run of this inning. 3 in the first, now 2 runs here in the 6th. 5-0 is the score. The pitch. Inside for a ball. 1 ball, no strikes on Sam Adams. A walk and a hit batsman setting the table, and in all reality, Maverick Wilder should have been out of this inning. But Cam Madsen just overran it a little bit. He thought it was going to come down in front of him. It sailed just enough to get over his glove, and when all is said and done, that reaches the wall, and 2 Sodbusters reach home. 2-0 the count on Adams, taking a low for ball 3, 3-0 on Sam Adams. Brandon Larson motoring around to get that triple. 3-0 pitch on the way. Low for ball 4, and say Maverick Wilder cannot be happy, and you wonder if that 4-pitch walk the result of the at-bat 2 batters ago. Looks like there is some action in the Nebraska prospect bullpen. Garrett Kennedy walked to open the inning, then a fly out to center. Brett Zimmerman hit by a pitch with 2 strikes, and Brandon Larson able to get one over the right fielder's head. Turned into a 2-run triple, and the Sodbusters now with some breathing room at 5-0. Blake Scott will come to the plate after this visit to the mound as Trevor Varley will talk to his right-hander. Varley, a good pitcher in his own right, still holds the single-season strikeout record for the Central City Legion program with 169. Played for a year at York, 1 year at McCook Community College, a couple of years at Peru State. He was a sports management major. Former assistant at Northeastern Junior College. in Sterling, Colorado. Coached the Summer League Okotoks Dogs in Western Canada Baseball League. Lives in the Lincoln area now, and they have a chance to coach some college baseball. Still no official word on that, but that was certainly hinted at. Throw over to first and back in safely is Adams, as the Sodbusters have runners at the corners here with Larson and Adams, and Blake Scott trying to deliver a big 2-out hit to keep this inning going and bring in at least one more. Here's the pitch. Down low to Blake Scott. Scott 0 for 2, hit by a pitch back in the first. He's since grounded out and lined out. Left-handed hitter against the right-handed pitcher Wilder, and this is way outside 2-0. There's right-handed action for the Prospects. 5-0. Sodbusters on top, 5 runs, 7 hits for Hastings. Pitch is in there for a strike. No runs, 2 hits for the Nebraska Prospects. Here's the pitch. Way outside. 3-1 the count. Sodbuster pitchers have done a really good job. Leon Grimble goes the first 4 2/3 innings. Would not get the win, though, as Braden Mackey's come in and worked an inning and a third, as Grimble could not get through the 5th. 3-1 pitch. Low for ball 4, and they're loaded up. And we'll see what Trevor Varley elects to do right here, and a pitching change will be made. So we'll tell you about the new pitcher for the Nebraska Prospects. 5-0 is the score. Hastings Sodbusters continue to lead it. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
The Adams County Visitors Bureau is the perfect place to start your Hastings experience. Hastings is the birthplace of Kool-Aid. See the Kool-Aid exhibit at the Hastings Museum, along with many other exhibits and a planetarium. Enjoy the historic housing district, strolling through downtown parks, and beautiful shops. Whether you're visiting or you live here, the Adams County Visitors Bureau will help you find what you're looking for, from places to eat, things to do and see, to places to stay. Ask the Adams County Visitors Bureau at visithastingsnebraska.com.
Nebraska Realty is a homegrown company that is deeply invested in the communities it serves. They are the largest independent real estate brokerage in the state, with over 950 agents serving communities all across Nebraska. Nebraska Realty operates on the same principles and values as the people of this state: honesty, hard work, community, and people. They recently opened an office in Hastings and are excited to be part of the community and do their part in helping it thrive. See what Nebraska Realty can do for you at nebraskarealty.com.
This is Sodbuster Baseball, as Hastings has a 5-0 lead, and there will be a new pitcher for the Nebraska Prospects. We'll get a look at Trey Mungen. Mungen, right-hander, will come in to try to put out the fire for this Nebraska Prospects team, as he will take the hill. Hastings looking to add to a 5-0 advantage. The bases are loaded. There are 2 outs, and feel bad for Maverick Wilder, who probably deserved better than this. Fly ball to right, which probably should have been the 3rd out, turned into a 2-run triple. Since that time, a couple of walks, and Hastings will have a chance here with Danny Garcia at the plate, and he takes ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Garcia. Sodbusters trying to run away and hide here against the Nebraska Prospects, already on top by a score of 5-0. Mungen, right-hander, brings the pitch home, and this one is in there for a strike. 1-1 to Danny Garcia, who's had a perfect day. 2 for 2, 2 RBIs. He's also walked in the game, as the Sodbusters looking to open things up. Bases loaded, and 2 outs. The pitch a little bit high, and 2-1 the count on Garcia. Larson stands at third. He tripled. Sam Adams and Blake Scott have walked. That was after a 1-out pop-up from Blake Burrows. Pitch fouled away, 2-2 on Garcia. Garcia retreating to the dugout and will work on the bat a little bit here, trying to get an added bit of grip. Pine tar, and he will stand back in the right-handed box here for the Hastings Sodbusters against the right-hander Trey Mungen. Mungen out of the stretch. 2-2 pitch, high, and it hits off the helmet of Danny Garcia, and the Sodbusters are going to get another run on the board here via bases loaded hit batsman. So Larson scores, Adams at third, Blake Scott to second, and Danny Garcia with his third RBI of the day, and the Sodbusters lead it 6-0 with Tegan Tamia coming up. Ninth man to bat. Hastings with a pair of 3-run innings now. Tamia really trying to put an exclamation point on this one. He will ground this one to the left side. Could be a tough play. Shortstop backhands. Throws wildly. Everybody going to be safe. This is going to go all the way to foul territory on the right field side. 2 runs will score, and Hastings leads it 8-0. Nolan Brown had a long way to go. The play may have been to third. That's easy for me to say. But he was going toward third base. That was a really tough throw, trying to get a forced play back at second. When all is said and done, Tamia a fielder's choice. It's an error as they tried to force out Garcia. And 2 runs come home on the play. And we're back to Garrett Kennedy, who walked and scored earlier this inning. He fouls the first pitch away, no balls and 1 strike. So Adams scores, Scott scores, Garcia ends up at third base, and Tamia at second after all is said and done. Pitch in there for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes on Garrett Kennedy. Sodbusters lead it 8-0 here in the bottom half of the 6th inning, as they have taken total command of this one. Now swing and a miss by Kennedy, and that will do it here in the 6th. But the Sodbusters have a good go. 5 runs come in. There was only 1 hit. Couple of walks, couple of hit batsmen, and a huge error to keep the inning going. And after 6 completes, Hastings Sodbusters lead it 8-0. Going to give you a little of the sights and the sounds here of what's happening at the ballpark.
They're going to race their potato sacks. We're going to see how fast they go. On your mark, get set, go! And they're off. They are hopping. Ooh, I like the height. Oh, Caleb had a better start, but missing to the lead when he goes down. It's going to be close. Oh, my goodness. It is Vincent Bryan Knowles. What a race, y'all. Hey, give them a round of applause. Courtesy of Providence Promotions.
Providence Promotions is a Midwest-based marketing group dedicated to creating useful, highly functional marketing tools for businesses and nonprofit organizations. With a variety of services that bring our customers to the top. Check us out online at providencepro.com or call us 402-984-9072.
We head to the 7th inning as Sodbusters continue to lead it. They have now extended the lead to 8-0. 8 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for Hastings, no runs, 2 hits, and 1 error for the Nebraska Prospects. Sodbusters getting 5 runs in the 6th on only 1 hit. Now it was a large hit, 2-run triple from Brandon Larson. But then after that, a pop-up, 2 walks, a bases-loaded hit batsman, and then a fielder's choice grounder, which was turned into a 2-run error. And the Sodbusters will take it. That'll be the Prospects' number 1 and 2 hitters here, down 8-0 as Braden Mackey could just do what he did right there. Just throw strikes, young man. The Hastings product and current college player at Northwestern in Iowa. Here's the 0-1 delivery, and that's high and tight for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Cam Madsen, who's 0 for 2. A pop to the right fielder his first time up. And out to the second baseman his last time up, and this sails inside, and it hits Cam Madsen. Not what Hastings was hoping for. So the leadoff hit batsman, leadoff batter, the number 9 hitter will take his base, and that'll bring Getzman to the plate. So the last thing you want was open the door for any kind of momentum for the Prospects. Get out the number 9 hitter and see what happens, but Mackey sailed one inside, and he'll not be pleased with that. And Matt Getzman, guy who is really good, but is empty today. Getzman .333 coming into the contest, but now 0 for 3 on the day. First pitch from Mackey is down low for ball one. 1 ball and no strikes. He came in with the bases loaded in the 5th when it was still just 3-0 and got the only man he faced, and then an easy 1-2-3 inning in the 6th. Here in a little bit of trouble as he hits the first man he faces, and he's behind Matt Getzman. Here's the pitch on the inside corner for a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike on Matt Getzman. Getzman, Southeast Community College. He's a Millard North grad, and Getzman has signed with UNO. One pitch on the way from Mackey. Swing and a foul ball. 1-2 the count as Blake Scott couldn't find it for a moment. It was right between his legs, and he'll give the ball back to Mackey. Braden Mackey out of Hastings. Opportunity to him to come back and pitch at a place I'm sure he has seen often. Duncan Field. 1-2 pitch on the way. Low and in the dirt. That will allow the runner to move up, and it's 2-2 on Matt Getzman. So Cam Madsen now in scoring position. Nobody out, but at this point, with that 5-run 6th inning, really don't care about the runners advancing. Just find a way to get outs. You'll exchange the extra base for the outs. Don't even know if they'll really hold on the runner at this point, Cam Madsen, unless they feel like they can maybe steal an out. Second baseman Garcia cheating maybe a little bit over to try to keep him close. Pitch is fouled away. Remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Sodbusters may be taking a little drama out of this one with that 5-run 6th, leading at 8-0, but so we've seen a lot of wacky things happen at Duncan Field. For a field that shouldn't give up a lot of huge innings, there have been some unusual contests, to say the least, this year here on the home field. A couple of 6-run 9th innings given up by Hastings this year. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Mackey comes back to get a large strikeout as he gets Getzman, and he'll face Jaden Adams and Nolan Brown yet this inning. So 1 on, 1 out. Hastings with the lead, 8-0, 8 runs on 7 hits. They were able to amass 5 runs on just 1 hit in that last half inning. Jaden Adams, a regular player for this Nebraska Prospects team. Adams batting .263 coming into today. Hits this one hard and foul, just left of the bag. And that a good call. From here, I thought it hit line, but I'm sure Trevor Varley, the coach for the Nebraska Prospects, would have gone crazy because he was pretty much standing right there, and it must have just been a few inches foul. No balls, 1 strike, nearly potential extra bases for Jaden Adams. We say potential extra bases. We've seen a couple of shots right down the line, but the Sodbuster outfielders are so fast they've been able to cut them off to keep extra bases from happening. Garrett Kennedy, in particular, a couple of days ago, out in left. Today it's Burrows in left field. But they all can fly. Kennedy's back in center, and it's Dallin Quigley in right field for Hastings today. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. We are in inning number 7 as the Sodbusters comfortably in front at this point, 8-0. Braden Mackey, right-hander, brings the pitch home, and a foul ball. Adams, fooled by the pitch, just kind of stuck his bat out there and was able to get a piece of it. 1-2 the count on Jaden Adams. Waverly High grad, playing for the Concordia Bulldogs. I wanted to say Broncos, but I knew that wasn't right as soon as I thought about it. Concordia, an outstanding spring. Pitch fouled away. Went 40-17 in the spring, and they were 1 win shy of a return trip to the NAIA World Series. The better teams in the G-Pack. Jaden Adams, part of that team. 1-2 the count on Adams, standing in the right-handed box for the Nebraska Prospects. Hastings on top by a score of 8-0. Mackey brings it home. Pitch in the dirt. Adams able to hold off on that. 2-2 the count on Adams. He came in as a pinch hitter for Tyler Monroe back in the 3rd and has reached base twice since. A single and a walk. 1 for 1. Wind still blowing pretty strong in from straightaway center field. Out flag above the 408 sign. 2-2 pitch. Foul back and into the stands. Count remains 2-2 on Jaden Adams. As the chant of mine, mine comes in the sound effects, folks, kids, and I saw an adult running after it, and if you are an adult and you beat a kid to it, there's just no good look for you to keep that ball. You just pretty much got to give it to a kid, don't you? Here's a hot shot, right center field, could be trouble. Nope, not with the Sodbuster outfielders. Dallin Quigley over to cut it off, made it look easy. When that came off the bat, I'm thinking that's a double. Quigley able to get it, and there are 2 outs in the inning. And how much of a difference does it make when you have outfielders who can fly and who can play the position well? I mean, you're used to playing this field, and Nebraska prospects, they had a play that wasn't officially an error, but a play that most of the Hastings outfielders probably would have made. It turned into a triple for the Sodbusters, and that opened the door for the 5-run inning that has given Hastings some comfort in this one. Pitch low and in the dirt. That bounces clear into the stands, up over the netting. And runner will be awarded third. He was going to get there anyway, Cam Madsen. So about the wildest pitch you can have. 1 ball and no strikes as it was in the dirt. Scott couldn't smother it. Nolan Brown, RBI chance here with 2 outs, 1 on in the 7th inning. Sodbusters leading it by a score of 8-0. So Nolan Brown trying to find a way. 0 for 2 in the game, a strikeout and a flyout. He's also hit by a pitch. Pitch swung on, missed, 1-1. All of those at-bats coming against the starter, Liam Grimble, who did an outstanding job. Grimble, who recently signed with Post College in Connecticut after playing for Paris Junior College down in Texas, and they want to make him a starter, so he's going to be extended out a little bit more, and he works 4 2/3 innings of rock-solid ball today. Just could not quite complete that 5th to qualify for the win, but 4 2/3 innings. 4 walks and a hit batsman, did strike out 2, but allowed only 2 hits. 1-2 the count with 2 outs now on Nolan Brown as Braden Mackey trying to complete the 7th. And the pitch. A little bit high, check swing for Brown, and he did not go around. 2-2 the count, which I think is the right call. Sodbuster fans not happy, but they're not going to be. That's the way it goes. That call doesn't go against you, even though it was a right call. You never hear, yes, that was a good call. That was right when it's the opponent. 8-0 is the score. Sodbusters on top. Mackey a check of the runner, and the pitch. Bouncing ball left side. Short. The third baseman's got it. The set. The throw to first in time. Brett Zimmerman. And that kind of caught him between hops, right in the groin area. He had the glove right in front of him. Made a good strong throw. And the Sodbusters turn the prospects away. No runs on no hits. And there was 1 man left. And we head to the bottom of the 7th. It's stretch time. And let's hear the sing of our 7th inning stretch. Take me out to the ballpark, all right?
Let me root for. They don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3, you're out at the old ball game. Go Boston! Let's get a few more runs on that board, baby!
If you're working on a home project, you've got VGA to have the supplies you need at any large hardware store. What you will find at VGA that you can't find anywhere else, unmatched service. A locally owned and operated A store, our friendly staff will help you find what you need and help you to make your next home renovation seamless and fulfilling. Ace is the place.
Steve Stein, Caden Kirkak, bringing you Sodbuster Baseball today. The first full inning of work for Trey Mungian, who's come out of the pen. We take a look at the scoreboard in the Independence League. North Platte defeating Casper today 8-4. That's not good news for the Hastings Sodbusters. Dallin Quigley will come to the plate now. He flew out to centers last time up. Overall, he is 0 for 3. He was hit by a pitch and scored a run for the Sodbusters back in the first. 8-0 the score. First pitch in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike. Hastings sent 10 to the plate in the 6th to bust this baby open with 5 runs. Pitch grounded right back to Mungeon. Does a good job fielding his position and throwing to first in out. Alan Quigley. First out here in the 7th, and Brett Zimmerman will come to the plate. Other scores, Canyon County and Western Nebraska early on. It's scoreless in the 2nd. Two teams battling for their respective division lead. The Pioneers just a half game back of Nebraska. Canyon County a game and a half back of Badlands. And the Great Plains division of Badlands getting it done on the road at this point. 6-1 at Spearfish in the 4th inning. And Fremont leads Gem City. So no good news for the Hastings Sodbusters today as they try to gain some separation from the 3 teams on their heels. But Fremont winning, North Platte has won, and Western Nebraska still early in their game tied up. Pitches come to Brett Zimmerman, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike to count with 1 out in the 7th. Sodbusters lead it 8-0. Here's a pitch line to the first baseman. Nice job there for Ryan David, and there are 2 quick outs.
Good job, 3-5.
That'll bring up Brandon Larson for the Hastings Sodbusters, and what a day for him. Larson 3 for 4, a 2-run triple, and 2 singles for the big fella from California. Here's the pitch. Bouncing ball, knocked down by David. He's going to throw to the pitcher covering, and the Sodbusters are gone quietly. 3-1 on the put out there as we head to the 8th inning. It's all Hastings. Sodbusters lead the Nebraska Prospects. It is 8-0 as we bring you Sodbuster Baseball. Imagine visiting a place with historic housing districts, beautiful parks, and strolling through downtown shops. No, it isn't a fairy tale. It's Hastings, Nebraska. Hastings is the birthplace of Kool-Aid. You can see the Kool-Aid exhibit at the Hastings Museum, along with many other amazing attractions and a planetarium. And visit the one and only Nebraska Bigfoot Crossroads of America Museum and Research Center. It all starts with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Start exploring at visithastingsnebraska.com. Experience Hastings with the Adams County Visitors Bureau. Had to get you back for the Dizzy Bat race.
Oh, somebody's got to win. Oh, Dale, I'm over here.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
One of the funnest contests is the Dizzy Bat race here at Duncan Field, as Jason Frew was the narrator for that particular one. So got at least a bit of the feel. And if you get a chance to come out and see the Sodbusters, it's so much fun. So Sodbusters in good shape here today. It's always fun when it goes well on the field, and so far so good. 8-0 as we're in the latter innings of this one. 6 outs to get, and Braden Mackey, see if they extend him a little bit. He's already worked 2 1/3, but pitch count pretty good shape. 34 at this point. If he can find a way to keep it going, well, he would stand to be the winner anyway. He got through the 5th inning after Liam Grimble worked 4 2/3 innings, so Mackey, I believe, would be in line to get the win. Most of the official scorekeeping, you have to complete that 5th inning as a starter. I know colleges sometimes, if you've got a guy on a pitch count, you can designate the fact that if you take the lead and he only works 2 or 3 innings, sometimes they will allow that person to get the win, but we'll have to see how this is officially scored, but we believe that Mackey would be the pitcher of record. Tristan Gomez bats now. Of course, you just hope Sodbusters keep it going right here. Pitch is taken for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Gomez 0 for 2. He did walk his last time up. He was the last batter faced by Liam Grimble back in inning number 5. Mackey brings the pitch, but it's outside and low for ball 2. 2-0 the count on Gomez. Hastings Sodbusters, 8 runs, 7 hits. Nebraska Prospects, no runs, 2 hits. Sodbusters trying to hang on to first place in the Nebraska Land Division and not getting any help from teams playing the teams behind them. As Western Nebraska half game back, North Platte has already won. Fremont is winning. 3-0 pitch on the way. It's over for a strike, 3-1 on Gomez. Same 2 teams tomorrow, 6:35 start time here at Duncan Field, and they'll play a 3rd game of the series on Sunday, and then a doubleheader at Fremont. We're back here on Tuesday and Wednesday for Western Nebraska, so it doesn't get any better. As you end the first half, you're playing 3 division teams, the Prospects, the Moo, and the Pioneers. Trying to beat the teams in your division to win the division. 3-2 pitch taken high, and it's a walk. So the second straight inning, the Prospects have their leadoff man aboard. The last time, Braden Mackey did a good job getting a strikeout, a line out, and a ground out to end the threat. Hoping for something similar here, as there will be a visit to the mound. We'll see Luke Bay come out and have a word with his right-hander, Braden Mackey. Mackey had a tough outing early in the year. He's bounced back nicely, and like I say, you have one bad outing. In a short season, particularly if you're a reliever, you just don't get enough innings to get your ERA to go down very quickly, and so Mackey's ERA fairly inflated. It was 15.26 coming into today. Doing a good job putting up zeros, lowering that earned run average. Fairly extended conversation between the head coach, Luke Bay. Bay in his first year as the head coach. He was an assistant coach last year. He's really done a nice job. Chandler Wagner was the head coach last year. But Sky Galusha, an amazing job putting a competitive roster together, and Luke's pushed a lot of right buttons with his assistant coach, Chris Ceballos, Jake Bigham helping out as well. Here comes Zach Johnson, dangerous hitter up there. He has a single in 3 trips to the plate, and he grounds this one into left field, so his second hit of the day, and something cooking here for the Nebraska Prospects. A walk to Gomez. First pitch swinging, Zach Johnson. So first and second, nobody out now for Ryan David. Mackey facing a little bit of a challenge right here, but again, the Sodbusters lead at 8-0. That's why that 5-run 6th inning, you just breathe a little bit of a sigh of relief. If this were a 3-0 game, it would be pins and needles time. Now you're just still in a similar situation, just exchange outs for advancement. Double play still in order right here. Is a pop up down the right field line, but foul. No balls, 1 strike. If you can find a way to get the lead runner, more power to you, but you want to make sure you get an out. You'll exchange the advancement for an out. You'd exchange a run for an out. Need to find a way to get 6 outs here in the next couple of innings, and you put this baby in the book. Mackey out of the stretch, brings home the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, blew it right by Ryan David, who's 0 for 3 on the day. He faced Mackey back in the 6th inning and grounded to third base. Take a grounder to third baseman right here for a 5-4-3 twin killing. No balls, 2 strikes, the count. Mackey, a big sigh as he comes set in the stretch. And this pitch a little bit low, ball 1, 1 ball and 2 strikes. That did allow the runners to move up, so a wild pitch. Gomez at third, Zach Johnson to second, and it's 1-2 on Ryan David. Sodbusters on top, 8-0, and Braden Mackey out of the stretch. Brings home the pitch. Fouled away, remains 1-2 on David. Mackey up over 40 pitches thrown now in 2 1/3 innings. Trying to find a way to get an out here. The infield is back. Double play not in order, but you will exchange the run for the out. Maybe twice right here. Leading at 8-0. Mackey comes set. 1-2 delivery and popped up. Right side. Quigley over to give it a look, but it's well out of play. And we'll try it again at 1-2. Hastings looking for the victory here today, trying to go over 500 for the first time, or I should say 6 games over 500 for the first time in franchise history. Coming to this one at 13-8. They finished 2025 games over 500. 1-2 delivery. Called strike 3. David could not pull the trigger. Mackey gets the K. His second since entering the game. And a big first out here in inning number 8. Cade Lynham now will bat for the Nebraska Prospects. 0 for 2 in the game. A walk back in inning number 2. He hit into a fielder's choice in the 4th. Grounded out in the 6th. Now in the 8th. Little looping liner toward left field. But coming on, making the play is the speedy Blake Burrows, and there are 2 outs. That's, again, another one of those that when it left the bat, you're thinking, that's got to be down for a hit and 2 runs are going to score. Nope. Sodbuster outfield just outstanding, and Burrows made it look pretty easy to get the second out of the inning, and now Sodbuster's chance to get out of this with no damage done as Gage Allen comes in. That's such a big play for so many reasons. That falls. Who knows? Mackey may get taken out. But he is in there now and has a chance to complete the 8th. The pitch, foul back, no balls, 1 strike on Gage Allen. Nebraska, they score right there. They feel like, okay, we can score, we can get the offense going. They feel like they're a part of the game. But now 2 outs. You get out of this with no damage done after the prospects had second and third, nobody out. Feeling really good about things heading into the bottom of the frame. Pitch low into the dirt. Great job for Scott to smother that one to keep it from going back to the screen. That saves a run. Count 1-1 on Allen. Sodbusters in command. 8-0. 8 runs, 7 hits. Nebraska, no runs, 3 hits. Each team has committed an error. Here's the pitch. Right in there for a strike. 1-2 on Gage Allen. The error for the prospects much bigger than the one for the Sodbusters. It basically gave Hastings 2 more runs as part of that 5-run 6th inning. Mackey trying to finish things off. The 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3, and the prospects are gone here in the 8th. No runs, 1 hit, 2 men left, and we head to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Hastings Sodbusters in command as they are on top by a count of 8-0.
Life is busy. Between family events, the kids' activities, work, and driving here and there, who has time to wait in the checkout line? The new Sam's Club Scan and Go app lets you scan, pay, and head to the door. Or try curbside pickup. Just shop, park, and let them load it into your car. Curbside pickup for Plus members starts at 7 a.m. Monday through Saturday. Get all the products you love at the prices you expect from Sam's Club and skip the lines. Sam's Club, making busy lives less stressful.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Nebraska Land Distributors. When you come to the ballpark, you can get a Coors Light, crisp, refreshing chill, keeping Nebraska chill, and light beer from Miller. Light beer with more taste. Nebraska Land Distributors also features White Claw. Live your wave. And a trip to the ballpark wouldn't be complete without Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy, refreshing beer with a hint of lemon. Check out these great adult beverages on your next trip to the Hastings Sodbusters, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributors. Bring you Sodbuster Baseball. Trey Mungin back out for his second full inning of work. He's worked an inning and a third and kept the Sodbusters at bay. Hastings trying to add to an 8-0 lead. It'll be Burrows, Adams, and Scott as Trey Mungin has thrown 15 pitches since coming in. Set him down 1-2-3 in the 7th with the 1-2 and 3 hitters, as it looks like we are going to see a pinch hitter here for Hastings. Got our first look at Tyson Gertis. So Tyson Gertis gets an at-bat here. Saw him at a pinch hitter's role a couple of games ago and able to line a single. He's been scuffling at the plate, so good to see him get that hit 2 games ago. Overall, 120 for the year. He's 6 for 50. Playing in his 16th game. Does have 4 RBIs, and he's scored 6 times. Gertis, outstanding fielder for this Hastings team. Has made 2 unbelievable defensive plays, highlight reel type of plays. One of those 2 games ago, and he made a Willie Mays-style catch running straight away in deep right field to save double, triple, maybe an inside-the-park home run when all is said and done here at this park. Takes a couple of balls here, Tyson Gertis. And Gertis has made his next college plans official. Not going to be going back to the University of Nebraska Omaha. He's going to go to Southeast Community College for a year and see if he can get some more playing time, work on his skills, and get that next opportunity after finishing up at Southeast. Swings and misses here at a 3-0 pitch. Again, at this point where Tyson is from a hitting standpoint, give him the green light 3-0, particularly in an 8-0 game. You maybe wouldn't do that in a different situation. Watches this pitch go by for ball 4, so Tyson Gertis aboard with nobody out in the 8th inning, and the Sodbusters in front 8-0, and that'll bring to the plate Sam Adams. Nope, that will not bring to the plate Sam Adams. Hastings going to send up another pinch hitter. This is Trevor Matson. So Matson, 195 on the season. He will get an at-bat. Trevor. With 6 RBIs and 6 runs scored. Runner at first, nobody out. Hastings leads at 8-0, and the pitch a little bit low for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Adams, with Blake Scott waiting on deck. 1-0 delivery, taken outside for ball 2 on Trevor Matson. Matson, a returnee from last year's team, bounces this one to the left side. That's into left field for a base hit. Gertis round second. He's going to head to third. The Sodbusters have him at the corners with nobody out. So Gertis, running on the pitch, gets to third, and Trevor Matson with a single. First and third, nobody out for Blake Scott. Scott walked his last time up, scored a run. Overall 0 for 2 in the game, but he's been on base twice, also hit by a pitch. 8 hits in the game for the Sodbusters, just 3 in the contest for the Nebraska Prospects. A team which was the second best hitting team in the Independence League. Scott takes strike 1. No balls, 1 strike on the left-handed hitting catcher. Pitch, rifled foul. Quickly 2 strikes on Blake Scott, the Oklahoman, who's going to be headed on to Washburn University in Topeka, Kansas. 0-2 delivery. Foul ball, same spot down the left field line. Remains 0-2 on Blake Scott. Tyson Gertis walked. He's at third. Sam Adams pinch hit for by Trevor Matson, and Matson rewarded with a single. Here's the pitch. This time Scott goes the other way. Another foul ball. He continues to battle. Down to the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Mungeon eating up some innings for this Nebraska prospect squad. And give Grimble and Mackey credit as they are combining on a shutout to this point. Pitch low for a ball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. There is action for the Sodbusters. We may have seen the last of Mackey, who had a really good relief outing. Mackey working his way through the lineup and ends up going 3 1/3, allowing no runs on 1 hit. He struck out 3 and walked just 1. If that is indeed the end of the day for Mackey. Pitch swung on and missed, and went after that one down in the zone, and Blake Scott strikes out after a pretty epic at bat. 7 pitches when all was said and done. So he's gone. Danny Garcia has had himself a day. We interviewed him yesterday, so he's not going to be a candidate to be our Sodbuster Spotlight since we just interviewed him. But after he picked up his first win as a Sodbuster yesterday on the mound, today he goes 2 for 2. He's knocked in 3. He's been on base 4 times. Takes this pitch low. 2-0 the count on Danny Garcia. And Garcia had been scuffling at the plate since joining the Sodbusters. He had 2 hits in his previous appearances. His previous 6 games combined, he has 2 hits today, and his on-base percentage skyrockets with the 4 on-base appearances. Takes the pitch for a ball, and it's 3-0 on Garcia with Tegan Tamia waiting on deck. 8-0, Hastings on top. Here's the pitch. And that's ball 4. So they're loaded up with only 1 man out. A walk, a single, a walk. There's a strikeout thrown in there, and we'll see what Tegan Tamia can get done. Tamia with a single and 3 fielder's choice grounders. 1 for 4 on the day for the Flying Hawaiian, Tegan Tamia. Sodbusters looking to get to double digits with an RBI hit here. Tamia first pitch swinging, no balls and 1 strike on Tegan. 1 for 3, a couple of runs yesterday in that big win over Fremont, capturing the rubber game of that 3-game series. 8-7. Pitch called to strike. 0-2 on Tamia, with Garrett Kennedy waiting on deck. Time was called, no pitch there. Not sure who called it. It must have been Teagan who was rewarded it, as he took a step out and just before Mungeon delivered. Mungeon back atop the hill, working out of the stretch. 8-0. Soundbusters took some drama out of this one, that 5-run 6th inning to break open a 3-0 game. Pitch misses for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Teagan Tamia. Saw action in 9 games in the spring. Bouncing ball to the first baseman. Throw to second. They get the out there, and a run scores. So an RBI for Tamia. He reaches, it was nearly thrown away, but Ryan David over to Nolan Brown. Brown did a good job of keeping contact with the bag. Tyson Gertis scores. Trevor Matson ends up at third base. Danny Garcia forced at second. 3-6 on the putout, and Tamia with an RBI. And now Garrett Kennedy is at the plate. Runners the corners. Soundbusters lead it 9-0 at a bouncing ball left side. The shortstop backhands Brown. Tough play. Long throw, no chance. Infield single for Garrett Kennedy. He gets an RBI. It's 10-0. Soundbusters on top. And the inning continues as Dallin Quigley will come to the plate. So the RBI infield single for Kennedy. He's been on base a couple of times. And Quigley trying to keep it going as the Sodbusters have added 2 more here in the 8th. They'll lead by at least 10, needing only 3 outs. Now, we've seen some wacky things in baseball. We've seen some unusual things in this ballpark this year, with a couple of 6-run 9th innings given up. One of those, the Sodbusters were already behind, and that just turned into more of a rout. But one of those, they actually led and saw it get away. Lost in extra innings to Spearfish earlier in the year. 2-1 the count now on Dallin Quigley, but you feel pretty comfortable up by 10. Here's the pitch. Outside for ball 3. 3-1 the count now on Dallin Quigley. Quigley hit by a pitch to open the game, scored a run, hasn't done much since, as he has now walked, but he had been 0 for 4 in between his 3 passes. And Brett Zimmerman will try to keep it going. Bases are loaded again for the Sodbusters, and you know that the head coach for Nebraska, Trevor, does not want to use another pitcher. He's using his 3rd guy right now. And it's got to be a weary team. They just had 3-game series with Casper. They had bus difficulties, didn't arrive here till about an hour before game time. And Sodbusters breaking it open with 5 runs in the 6th, adding some insurance here in the 8th. 2-0 delivery. This one is rifled to center field. That is going to be extra bases. 1 run will score. 2 runs come home. Motoring to second is Brett Zimmerman. It's a 3-run double for Zimmerman, and it is 13-0 Sodbusters. Much like the game against Fremont on Monday, you wish you could just keep a few of those in your pocket for a future contest. So Zimmerman with a 3-run double. That clears the bases as Tamia scores. And first pitch swinging. Base hit for Brandon Larson. Coming around third, they're going to try to score the run, and safe at home on a bang-bang play. Hopefully Zimmerman is okay. So the RBI single for Larson. He continues his strong day. The Sodbusters have batted around, and they keep it going, leading at 14-0. And now Hastings looking for another batter. Gertis began the inning with a walk, and it should be Tyson Gertis again, and he wasn't ready to go. At this point, I guess they are going to bat Gertis. I thought maybe they were going to have another pinch hitter, but not at this point. 14-0. I'm a little surprised that they sent Zimmerman up by 13. And other coaches have a way of remembering that, too. 14-0 is the score. So the Sodbusters get an additional run. And you don't want to take an RBI chance away from your guy either, so I see both sides of it. But a lot of times you see when you get up by this margin, you play station to station. But Zimmerman scores. Brandon Larson with the RBI single. And what a day for Larson. 4 hits for him on the day. Sodbusters doing it offensively, shutout on the mound, solid defense, and adding some more here in this inning. Sodbusters batting their 10th of the inning. They already have plated 5, so a pair of 5-run innings. This is actually a 6-run inning for the Hastings Sodbusters as Dallin Quigley, the third player to score on that double earlier. Tyson Gertis fouls the pitch away. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes on Gertis, who began this all with a walk. Trevor Matson singled. Had a walk from Garcia. Tamia, fielder's choice grounder to bring home a run. Infield single, RBI for Garrett Kennedy. A walk to Dallin Quigley. 3-run double for Brett Zimmerman. An RBI single for Brandon Larson. And 6 runs are on the board. 3-2 pitch, fouled away. Gertis will get another opportunity. You saw Larson take off for second base. Wanted to make sure that pitch comes home before he does take off. 14-0. Sodbusters with the lead. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. And once again, you just don't want to have to see Trevor Varley use another pitcher, and you really feel bad for Gertis, for Mungeon, who just keeps throwing pitches out there. Matson, first pitch swinging, fouls it away. Mungeon now has thrown 57 pitches since coming in relief. Pitch taken high, 1 ball and 1 strike. They do not want to use another one. This is their 3rd pitcher of the day. Sodbusters 3-0, and this was really good game until the bottom of the 6th. 5 runs kind of took the drama out of this one, and now Sodbusters opening it up with 6 runs here in the 8th inning. 2-1 pitch, upstairs, ball 3, 3-1 the count on Trevor Matson. The 11th man to bat in the inning, and this also gives you freedom. I mean, you had Mackey work some solid innings. Here's a hard hit ball. That's a base hit. Sodbusters are going to hold the runners this time, and it'll be bases loaded after the single from Matson. So Matson with his 2nd single of the inning, and that will bring to the plate Blake Scott. Mungeon just trying to find a way to get that 3rd out. And you've seen it in baseball one way or the other. There are games when you hit it so hard and you make outs. There are other games when you can't do anything to get an out. And right now, that's where the Nebraska prospects are this inning. We've seen free passes, we've seen singles, and now it is a 14-0 game, and the base is loaded. Still 2 outs as Blake Scott bats for the 2nd time in the inning. Here's the pitch. Like I say, unusual things happen when you bat around. You have Tyson Gertis, who pinch hit. He's walked twice in the inning. Trevor Matson has had 2 hits in the inning, and Scott rifles this one to the right side, but it's a nice play there for Adams. Adams able to take a hit away from Blake Scott. It's a line out to the second baseman. And after all of that, 6-run score, 14-0. The Hastings Sodbusters with the lead as we head to the 9th. The Sodbusters trying to put this baby on ice. We'll have that 9th inning coming up. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Is sponsored by Nebraska Land Distributors. When you come to the ballpark, you can get a Coors Light, crisp, refreshing chill, keeping Nebraska chill, and light beer from Miller. Light beer with more taste. Nebraska Land Distributors also features White Claw. Live your wave. And a trip to the ballpark wouldn't be complete without Leinenkugel's Summer Shandy, refreshing beer with a hint of lemon. Check out these great adult beverages on your next trip to the Hastings Sodbusters, courtesy of Nebraska Land Distributors.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
We head to the ninth inning. The Hastings Sodbusters will be sending Manny Herrera to the mound to get an inning of relief work here. So good to see Manny get the chance. Hastings on top 14-0. 14 runs, 12 hits for the Sodbusters. No runs, 3 hits for the Nebraska Prospects. Each team has committed 1 error. And Manny Herrera making his 3rd appearance. He's thrown 3 in the 3rd innings, allowing 5 runs, 2 of those earned on 6 hits. He has struck out 4. He's walked 2, an ERA of 5.40. Taken over for Braden Mackey. Mackey working 3 in the 3rd innings of shutout relief. Leon Grimble worked the first 4 and 2/3 innings. So about all you could ask for the staff that kind of piece one together here. Grimble working into his starting role, since that's what he's going to be doing at his next college. So they give him the start today, and he couldn't quite get through 5. And then Braden Mackey, outstanding to get out of a big jam when he came in, when it was still a game. It was 3-0, the bases loaded. When he came into the contest, he was able to get out of that. And since that time, Sodbusters have added plenty of offense, as we're going to see Cam Madsen step to the plate, number 9 hitter, and Manny Herrera, the big fella from York College, brings the pitch over for strike 1. No balls and 1 strike on Cam Madsen. So fun to see Manny in his first action here at Duncan Field of the season. 0-1 delivery. Hit hard, but right at the shortstop. Tamia boots it, picks it up, throws to first, throws wildly, and safe at first. So Sodbusters commit their 2nd error of the day. And Cam Madsen aboard on the air and back at the top of the order for Getzman, and Teagan will not be happy about that effort. That will bring to the plate Matt Getzman. Getzman 0 for 4. So Manny did what he needed to do. Dialed up a ground ball. Sodbusters couldn't handle that one. Manny from Panama. Last summer he made 17 appearances. Did start in 1 game. Had a 3-1 record with a save for the Hastings Sodbusters. And he didn't see any action for York in the spring. Pitch is swung on and missed. No balls, 1 strike on Matt Getzman. Sodbusters taking this game over in the 6th with 5 runs, and then they added a bunch of insurance in the 8th with 6. 14-0 is the score. The Hastings Sodbusters on top. Same 2 teams tomorrow and Sunday. Come on out to the ballpark. Broken bat toward Tamia at short. He will throw to first in time. There's 1 out. So Teagan, a good job of bouncing back from that error to force out Getzman. No chance to get Madsen at second. He'll advance there, and it will be Jaden Adams. Adams, since entering the game in the 3rd, has gone 1 for 2. A line out to right his last time up. He has also singled and walked. Hastings going to go to 14-8. Yes, I'm going to say it. I know you never count it till the 27th out is recorded, but I'm confident. Going to go to 14-8, 6 games over 500 for the first time in franchise history. Send the Nebraska Prospects to a loss here today, and Hastings will maintain first place in this division, just barely. Got to keep on winning. Just no margin for error with the first half winding down. Every game between now and Tuesday will count to the first half standings. 0-1 delivery. Adams rockets this one foul. Left side, no balls, 2 strikes on Jaden Adams. Manny Herrera trying to put up a clean 9th, and the Sodbusters trying to wrap up a shutout here today. 14-0 the score. Hastings set the tone with 3 runs in the first. Put it away with a 5-run 6th. 5 runs on 1 hit. Bouncing ball. Right side. Second baseman's got it. Throw to first in time. Good job there. A little mishandle for Danny Garcia, but recovers and throws out Adams. There's 2 outs of the inning. Yeah, that inning in the 6th was unusual. The Sodbusters took advantage of the opportunities presented them. A leadoff walk, a 1-out hit batsman, then a 2-run triple, but they followed that up. Walk, Bases loaded, hit batsman, and then an error which allowed 2 more runs to score. And all is said and done, the Sodbusters put up 5 to make a 3-0 game, an 8-0 game, and that was pretty much your ball game. Nolan Brown trying to keep it going here for the Nebraska Prospects. 1-0 delivery on the way. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count on Brown, who is 0 for 3 on the day. He was hit by a pitch. Manny Herrera trying to put up a clean 9th inning. So far, so good. Allowed the leadoff error, but has come back to get 2 ground outs. And Manny, 2 strikes away from ending this one. Herrera with the wind and the delivery. Popped up, right side, Dallin Quigley started in, goes out, got it measured, and ladies and gentlemen, the Hastings Sodbusters maintain first place in the Nebraska Land Division of the Independence League as they pound the Nebraska Prospects by a score of 14-0.
Dane Tolman and Cale Gumar from the Prospects and our own Matt Segment down the lines have been standing since the
14-0 the score. Just had an announcement from Jason Frew. Now, we saw Matt Sagment a couple of games ago stand at the baseline for the national anthem and was not, he didn't ever sit down until the umpire said leave the baseline. Well, today Matt Sagment stood out on the left field line the entire game, and there was also a Nebraska prospect player who did the same thing. I didn't catch the name of that guy. Talk about honoring America. Matt's still out there. So, so Matt, the game's over. We get it. You love America, and we love people like you. So yeah, I don't know if you're gonna have to turn the lights out on him for him to leave today. So Sodbusters win this one 14-0. We will take a break and have some numbers, talk to the coach as we continue. This is Sodbuster.
Are you tired of lousy internet and faceless customer service? It's time to experience local, honest, hassle-free, and exceptional. That's the Allo promise. We not only provide crazy fast fiber internet, crystal clear TV, and dependable phone service, but we choose to become a part of the communities we serve and love when everyone calls or stops by our store to say Allo. So don't settle for mediocre, settle for exceptional with Allo. Visit us at allofiber.com/local.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball. The Adams County Visitors Bureau is the perfect place to start your Hastings experience. Hastings is the birthplace of Kool-Aid. See the Kool-Aid exhibit at the Hastings Museum along with many other exhibits and a planetarium. Enjoy the historic housing district, strolling through downtown parks, and beautiful shops. Whether you're visiting or you live here, the Adams County Visitors Bureau will help you find what you're looking for, from places to eat, things to do and see, to places to stay. Ask the Adams County Visitors Bureau at visithastingsnebraska.com.
We bring you Sodbuster Baseball as Hastings, no problem with this one, 14-0. Sodbusters have 14 runs on 12 hits. The Nebraska Prospects, no runs on 3 hits. Sodbusters did commit a couple of errors. The Prospects had 1 error in the contest as Hastings improving to 14-8. They go 6 games over 500 for the first time in program history. So a great job for this Hastings team. And really in all facets. Number one, wanting to take command early, wanting to get the momentum on your side early, and that was huge in this game because you had the Prospects, a team which was probably a little leg weary, had a little bit of a bus issue on the way, so this was a team that was probably not too terribly physically ready to go just because they had their air conditioner go out on their bus, so they had to sit in a hot bus for a long trip on the road, and so had to battle that. So you wanted to get out early, and Hastings did that in the first after they got the 1-2-3 inning from Leon Grimble in the first inning. Sodbusters come right back as they scored 3 runs on 3 hits. The big hit in the inning was Danny Garcia's 2-out, 2-run single to put the capper on it. That earlier had Blake Burrows with an RBI single. Dallin Quigley Brandon Larson and Burrows scored the runs, it would stay 3-0 until the 6th. Now, big moment in the game was in the 5th when the Nebraska prospects loaded the bases with 2 outs. That eliminated Liam Grimble from the game, trying to get Grimble through 5 innings to get the win, but he was taken out after 4 2/3. And Braden Mackey came in, get a huge out. Zach Johnson, one of the top hitters in junior college this past year, got him to ground it back to the pitcher, and that kept it a 3-0 game. And then the Sodbusters really took command in the bottom of the 6th as they scored 5 runs on 1 hit. The aforementioned 2-run triple from Brandon Larson was the only hit of the inning. Sodbusters got a couple of walks, a couple of hit batsmen, and a huge error to put the finishing touches on that one. They would lead at 8-0 until the bottom of the 8th, and then, just for good measure, put up a 6 spot to make this one 14-0. So the Sodbusters get a much-needed win. They'll hang on to first place in the Nebraska Land Division of the Independence League. Looking at some of the numbers in this one, Sodbusters did get a huge day from Larson. Larson goes 4 for 6, had the 3-run triple, ended up knocking in 3 and scoring twice. A multi-hit game for Trevor Matson, who entered as a pinch hitter in the 8th, batted twice, and also scored a run as he gets a 2-hit game. Danny Garcia, huge day, 2 for 2, 3 RBIs for him. Other guys contributing to this one, you had Brett Zimmerman, 1 for 3, 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored. A hit in the contest for Tegan Tamia. He had 2 RBIs and a run scored. Garrett Kennedy went 1 for 4, an RBI, 2 runs scored. Burrows, I mentioned him, 1 for 4, an RBI and a run scored. Sam Adams scored a run for the Sodbusters. And then pitching-wise, about as good as it gets, as Liam Grimble goes the first 4 2/3 innings, allows no runs on 2 hits. He hit a man and walked 4, struck out 3, and just couldn't quite have enough control to finish the 5th there, but did a good job getting 4 2/3 innings. Braden Mackey ends up working 3 1/3, allowing no runs on 1 hit. He walked 1 and struck out 3. And then Manny Herrera, making his Duncan Field debut this year, and a great job for Manny as he ends up working a clean ninth. A man reached on an error, but the Sodbusters able to shut the door as he got the next 3. Matter of fact, getting the 1, 2, and 3 hitters as the Sodbusters win this game by a score of 14-0. Hastings going to 14-8 on the year. The Nebraska prospects below 500 heading into the matchup tomorrow as these same 2 teams are going to be squaring off. We'll have the coverage for you here on YouTube as we're going to get Luke Bev. Let him have a seat. Let me get my recorder ready so we can record the interview for tomorrow as well. We'll play it back on our coverage, and we'll be all ready to go. And a nice performance for the Hastings Sodbusters as they come out on top with this one. Luke Bay, we appreciate you coming up. Initial impressions on the way your team played in a 14-0 contest.
We did everything we needed to do tonight. You know, I'm always really happy when we win. I'm really happy when we play well. We got to their pin, and they were light on their pin, and they had to throw a position player in there, and so we got to, you know, even though we got to them, we got to realize that Fremont has really good arms. Western Nebraska has really good arms, and that's still a really talented club over there in that first base dugout. So I didn't really like the fact that we scored 3 in the first and we couldn't get anything going until the 6th. Mm-hmm. We just sat back. We got a little complacent again, and we got a little too comfortable. And thankfully we were able to extend the lead and get Manny in there and see him and evaluate him, and he's going to expand his role based on that outing. He threw a lot of strikes. He was in the strike zone all the time. Braden Mackey threw very well. Very proud of him. His growth over the last month has just been outstanding to see. His confidence is booming. There's still some things that we can get better at and work on, but he's going in the right direction. And Liam Grimble threw the ball really well too. kept him off the scoreboard, and that's what he needed to do.
Grimble goes 4 2/3 inning, and Mackey, and it was still a game, 3-0. He comes in with the bases loaded, 2 outs, facing maybe their best hitter, a guy who's a junior college All-American and going to go to Nebraska. That out was huge in the course of this game to keep it 3-0 at the time.
Yeah, absolutely. That kept the momentum in our dugout, and you know, and then he got out of I think it was second and third with no outs later in the game too, and it just, you know, the more you can get out of those jams, you realize, wow, I really can do this, and I really am a really good pitcher, and he's just going to keep getting better each time out, and yeah.
And you guys, you kind of put it away with that 5-run 6th inning. You mentioned maybe a struggle offensively, but between then and there, and you get 5 runs, only 1 hit, but a 2-run triple, and then able to take advantage of the air, keep working the counts, and getting guys on to get that 5 runs and a little more maybe comfort in the final few after taking an 8-run lead.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, great teams, they keep playing no matter what the scoreboard is. They keep playing the game hard, and they keep doing things, you know, to a high level, and that's what we did tonight. And you know, the recency factor of, you know, blowing a game late against Fremont, and last week, can't remember who it was. You know, and with the stretch that we have coming up with the doubleheader on Monday, we got to save arms, and we got to, you know, keep everybody fresh. But at the same time, we got to win this game. We got to win the game that we're playing right now. And so, to extend the lead like we did, that way we could get Mackey out of the game and go to Manny there. And, you know, Manny's shoulder's been bugging him a little bit, so that's why he hadn't been in the mix as much. But he's feeling better, and it just, you know, with how we're going right now, it's tough to find the right situation to get him in a game. But tonight was it, and he expanded his role, and I'm really happy for him.
And that's what I was going to say, 14-0. There's a guy, you know, if it didn't go well, you can maybe use somebody else that you haven't had a chance to use for a while. That does, I mean, it may not be fun for fans to watch a 14-0 game, but you get a pinch hit for a couple of guys, you're able to use some pitchers, and for you, an evaluation process, probably great to have that chance.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it gives the opportunity to get guys in the game that haven't been in recently, and you know, constantly evaluating our guys and seeing who can do what. And you know, Manny was with us last summer, and I felt like tonight was the best I've seen him throw. Just being in the strike zone, commanding his stuff, and so I'm really, really proud of him.
Is pitching contagious too? I mean, you know, Manny goes out there, watches the first 2 guys, comes in, and just puts up another 0. I mean, I don't know if that is. A lot of times I always feel like if one guy walks one, it seems like the next guy comes in and doesn't have any control either. Can it go the other way until you're a pitcher? Do you kind of get confidence watching other guys, or is that not a thing?
No, absolutely. When you watch other guys, and because you got to know deep down that you're the best. You got to have that irrational confidence in you. And so when you watch guys get swings and misses and throw up zeros, it's like, oh, all right, it's my turn. I can do this. It's just another guy in the box.
Tell you what, Sodbusters over 6 games over 500 for the first time in program history, but not done. You got to keep on going because everybody behind you seems to keep on putting on the pressure. It's a fun time of year as we get close to the end of this first half.
Yeah, absolutely. It's you know, we play in a great division. We got great teams up and down, very talented clubs, and you know, it's awesome for the first time to be 6 games over 500 this late in the year. But we're not. Yes, we want to win games. Yes, when anytime the scoreboard's on, we're playing to win. But my focus is on playing the best baseball that we can play to our standard, no matter who's in that dugout.
Luke Bang, head coach for the Hastings Sodbusters, another solid performance today as they beat the Nebraska Prospects 14-0. We'll be on the air tomorrow just after 6 o'clock with the first pitch at 6:35. Big thank you to our studio engineer, Caden Kirkak, for Josh Salmon. This is Steve Stein, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.